Right, boys, thank you for coming. Sorry for the late start, all of that good stuff. Review of last session is as follows. Orcs attacked, you fought them, you won. Nice and easy. It was it was a long, arduous, friggin' stressful combat for all involved, including myself. But did we have 2 down states?
I
And,
think one.
no,
Yeah.
just one. I nearly dropped Ark, but he didn't.
That's true.
I missed some attacks. He got lucky and got away with it. What was the next thing?
How much XP did we get?
None. We're
We
doing
don't get XP.
we're doing
Guess I-
milestone. Remember?
Gone from 9 lives
How
down to
many
8 now.
sessions in? You've been thinking we've got XP.
It would have been none anyway. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So whilst you were fighting, another group of orcs had come from the north, and you were still tied up with like what 4 or 5 orcs. And then another 10 were running in, and then some big bronze-ass Chad motherfucking dragon dropped out of the sky and dropped like 4 of them in one turn or something daft, wasn't it? And yeah, he basically just kicked ass. Made all the orcs fled. You held the ground long enough for the reinforcements, and then Felgalos approached you and said, "Sorry I'm late, gentlemen, but I was held up."
Thank you. Thank you for the help, Pegasus. It's much appreciated.
I'm probably just like on my knees and hands right now, just like wheezing and just panting, and like my hands like shivering and everything. I think I'm just like turning slowly around and just going like, what?
Bad one, yeah, like stressful time.
I'm telling you, man. You couldn't have gotten here, man. Too soon.
Belgalas. Amazing. What kept you?
I ran into a group of elves outside. That orc band was moving at some haste, wasn't it? Fleeing a group of elves, they were. We ended up talking.
Oh. You got stuck in idle chatter.
Yes, it appears that walk band had attempted to attack the Ardeep, the Ear Seeker tribe. They are known as their leader Garush. He's over there, dead right now. They attempted to attack the elves in the Ardeep, but the elves knew they were coming. They routed them, and they had head south, and they were seeking to hide in Nightstone. They would have killed everybody here. You have done great work this day. A band you will be one day.
Our hats off to you, Pegasus. It's really appreciated. But is it known now that Nightstone is almost in tithers?
Is what? No, sorry. I don't understand the question.
Is it known that Nightstone is in tatters? And
You mean do the elves know, yeah?
is it widely known by the elves and many others that you've spoken to?
I have only spoken with the elves, but I would imagine it wouldn't be open knowledge as of yet. When Waterdeep hears, they will send aid, I am sure.
Good. My friends there, yes. I do hope that they come and send some aid.
They should do. Now, I hope you do, gentlemen. Don't mind, but I'm going to slip into something more comfortable. He begins to glow, and begins like shrinking down and down and down again, and then he adopts his halfling form. Before you stands again another an unassuming halfling, literally, what, 3.5 feet tall, but literally, it kind of dawns on you a bit like this halfling could tear us to shreds at a whim, which I think would be like, I've added that because that would be a horrifying thought, wouldn't it? Like, oh, look at this, look at this little whelp, and like, oh, I'll just snap my fingers and turn into a dragon. And
Yeah, it's basically, does he conserve his strength?
Mm-mm.
Actually, I'll ask him. I'll ask him.
Yeah, go on.
Volglas, when you turn into a halfling, do you keep your strength, or is it do you lose it?
I am not as strong in my dragon form, but my heart would keep me alive as if I was a dragon. You could strike me with a blade, maybe even cut my arm off in this form, but I could return to my other form and no less injured.
That is very fascinating.
It's great to see you, buddy, in any form that you come and choose, mate.
Uh,
You have any other word for us?
no word right now, but I assume you gentlemen don't intend to stay here, and I may have a task for you, if you seek it.
Oh, absolutely.
We're already so deep in this shit, we might as well just go on with it.
Couldn't be said better. We might need a
we
little
work
bit
well
to catch your breath here. Maybe even a pint of ale. But
Sounds good to me. Come,
Uh,
gentlemen. Let us retire to the tavern, and we
yes.
will talk at length.
excellent.
So,
Reaching, like,
Leor's
one-
disciples,
like-
where are we gonna go?
Reaching like one shaking hand up to like Leia, I think, and just like help with you.
Okay, I'll help you up.
How the fuck are you guys standing?
So,
You got the combat shakes over there. Sure didn't sell yourself.
yes.
I-
Tabaxi friend here is a little bit worse for wear.
as you
I respond by just
oh no, go on.
continue wheezing.
Yeah, so as you walk through the village, like you see like a few people were cut down by the orcs, and there's like people. There wasn't many, like what, 2 or 3, I think. There wasn't many. You did a good job, to be fair. It was just because of the way I randomly scattered them.
Yeah.
I couldn't have them not killed by the orcs, basically. So
Wait.
like
Did that
Go on.
northern group come in?
they used like grappling hooks over the wall in the north.
Oh.
One of them threw a javelin at the guard on the north and fucking nailed him. I didn't roll for this. I just kind of let it happen because I wanted them in. But that's why I rolled a d4, see what round they'd come in to the combat when I said, right, it's 1 and 4 rounds from now. And then I said to John, roll a d4. So I rolled a 3. John rolled a d4. Rolled a 3. And then when the round came up, I asked John to roll a d20. And he was rolling initiative for Belgalos then. So see where he'd go in the turn order. So on the turn order, what he rolled put him 1 below the orcs. So I was like, brilliant. So the orcs come in, and then I can just drop Felgalos in straight away.
Nice.
I was
Nice.
like, yes. So
So,
apart from the epic music fail,
Oh yeah.
while you guys head into the tavern, I'm gonna start caring for these bodies.
yeah. In fact, while you're going on, Felgalos says is like, do what you need to do. These people still look like they need your aid. I will wait for you in the tavern.
I just silently nodded him.
Sorry, just a little out of character here. What's the key to erase?
Why? What are you looking to erase?
Just some freehand stuff that I put down by accident.
If you go onto the
I think isn't it delete on your keyboard?
no, yeah. So if you're on
Oh,
the
is it?
select tool, if you just
Yeah, you just
Oh,
kind of
select
drag
what
with
you've
your.
drawn and then just click it, and then it will select it like it's an object, and then just hit
Oh,
delete.
jeez. Okay, my bad. Thank you.
Why? What did you draw?
Nothing, just like a few lines, but I was like, how do I
Yeah.
get rid of this?
Yeah. So it's just I click that black line, hit delete, gone. Click that black line, hit delete, gone. Like,
Okay.
yeah. Ark likes to add his little blood splatters, so which I do kind of like, to be fair, but sometimes they get in the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So you all go about various things. a pile of the orcs is made outside. Some of you, I assume, help carry dead orcs outside. A fire is lit, basically on the front. Couple of heads that some of the villagers took it upon themselves to cut heads off the orcs and put their heads on spikes on the front.
Right.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like angry villagers, like, oh, forewarned. Those of you who went outside to
It's
help
just like
the
this
fire,
170-year-old lady just like
Yeah,
on
I'll,
top of this dead orc with a dagger, just like.
it
I'll
won't
light
come
the
off.
fire. I'll light the fire with that magic.
Yeah, I assume John, you're there. You'll be saying something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be reciting over the entire thing.
As
Unless
you,
the priest is there already, like town priest.
the priest is dead. He
Oh,
died. He died in the
no.
caves. Yeah. Oh, in fact,
Wait,
no.
what? No, it didn't.
No, he didn't. You spoke with him on the way back, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's there with you, and you both. He says words for his gods. You say words for your gods, so that they're all.
Yeah. Actually, I don't say if he's there. I won't really say anything. I'll just walk around consoling people while he recites
Yeah.
over it because it's their religion, right? I want to intrude.
So that would. Sorry. Let me go back a few steps. That would have been, Oh, not his gods. You all have the same gods, but you represent a god, and he represents a certain god. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it'd be like
it's not
he would
rival-
welcome extra blessings, basically.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Then
Yeah.
I guess I'll help.
Like a
Yes.
rabbi and a priest type thing here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no.
Wouldn't it be more like a Catholic priest and a Protestant priest?
No. 'Cause there's still
no.
only one god.
Oh.
The best way I can think.
Buddhist,
Best way I could-
then.
So you know the way, the best way I can think.
Yeah,
Is, you know,
Hinduism,
Hinduism has
Hindu.
they have like 10 gods, yeah. And if you're a priest of Vishnu, it doesn't mean you don't believe in the other 9 gods. Do
Okay.
you know what I mean? I don't know. I probably just massively insulted the Hindu religion by saying, "Oh, they've got like 10 gods." You know what I mean? Like,
I see
It's
something
fine,
like-
Sky's not here.
yeah, you know what I mean. But you guys get it. There's 10 gods.
None that matters. Okay.
Yeah. So, well, no. In D&D, I think there's like 22 gods or something
Oh.
ridiculous. So as a cleric, you are a representative and basically a priest for the wind god. He is
Right.
what was it? The earth and the sun god was represented in this village. Just because he is a representative of that god doesn't mean he doesn't welcome the other gods as much. Yeah.
So I'm over there talking in my like strange
Play
accent.
some music just to
And
set the
somber
scene.
tunes.
somber. Yeah.
You you assist in the digging. Some of you go. Who's outside throwing orcs on the pit and setting the fire?
No.
Okay. Anybody? Nobody?
I guess.
I'll do
I
it.
guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So while you
I feel like I'm probably just like over here somewhere, just in deep thought or whatever.
okay.
Oh, I can't
It's like-
leave. I forgot.
You don't need to move your token anywhere.
Alright.
So while you are throwing orcs on this pile of firewood, like burning firewood, a slight look to the north reveals like 10 to 20 figures just on the eve of the forest where the woodlands begin. Quite a bit out of reach to make proper sense of, but they're humanoid shape.
Yeah,
And,
there's elves, I think.
Yes. Like you'd probably assume they were elves, the ones who were chasing the warband.
Right.
He kind of, like, one of them stood there holding a spear, and he just holds it above his head, puts it down, and then they all turn around and walk back into the forest.
He left us a spear.
No, he, like, just holds his, like, spear up,
Like as a signal.
like okay, yep. Puts his spear, like, plants it back on the ground, and all the elves turn around and begin walking back into the forest.
So these are like the wood elves, right?
Yeah, they're
Weird buggers.
the elves are the proper blood
that
elves.
may or may not eat people.
Hey, I'm half. What else?
You
I
have,
am a wood elf.
you
Yeah,
have
I-
a little bit.
I actually say that I heard
What, like-
rumors that the wood elves eat people.
What, do they work like the boss marine Elder Scrolls?
the
Excuse me, Leia. I happen to be half-foot elf myself, and I believe Vamia is of their breed.
the best way I can think to describe it is like the Dalish and the city elves from Dragon Age. So Dalish elves are
Ah.
ones that like live like we are a tight knit elf community. We keep to ourselves. We keep the old ways. And then there's city elves or like Vauxhall.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't be.
Yeah.
He's a wood elf, but he's not.
Yeah, so
I'm
you
not
guys
he
from
pretend
the
to
woods.
understand.
He doesn't keep to
Right.
the old ways. Like he doesn't live in
No.
the forest. Like yeah.
So you
These
guys
are
kind
more
of understand what
tribal.
I meant then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Understandable. Understandable, man.
Okay. So after wiping up your affairs in the village, you all head to the tavern to meet with Felgalos. Nearly said the wrong name there.
Think though before we go in,
Falcor.
I think I do kind of like sort of stop everyone for a little bit and kind of tell them that I would kind of like to have a talk with everyone just a bit later or some like when there's not too many people around, someplace like private.
I do the Gandalf nod.
I think I add that after that brush today, I'm starting to feel that if I don't talk about my past now, I never will.
I thought we knew the past.
No, you don't know.
No, we
the
didn't.
past. You
Never
know it.
mind.
Well,
Faemir doesn't know it.
It's been spoiled to us, so we kind of know.
You don't know it in character.
Yeah, we don't know in character.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So then you do enter the tavern. You find Felgalos sat there reading the same book he was, but when he sat at the same chair reading the same
Trigonometry.
book, trigonometry for dragons or whatever. Basically sat at the same chair. He turns around and goes, "Ah, gentlemen, excellent. Take a seat." Gestures to like what do you call it? Like a set of pews and a table.
What an alpha move. I sit down.
Yeah. Comes over. He says something to Morak, the tavern owner.
What are you guys seeing? I'm still outside.
No, this is all theater of the mind.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he comes over, like, plants drinks in front of all of you, and then he says, sits down with you at the end of, so you're all sat in like a set of pews on the table, and he sits on the end of it, on the end of the table, sits his own drink down, and says, "So, the next moves. I have a request, and so does the tavern owner of this place, actually. Both will net you some worth, and both destinations happen to be the same place, as the fates have aligned to allow. I need you to travel for me, and this is no short journey. Are you prepared to do this?"
Yes, but
Traveling
Was
is like
this-
breathing to me.
was this seen again by the fortunes?
No, the fortunes ceased up until my meeting yous. That is as far as we saw, and we will not be able to see any further.
I felt the same.
He smiles at the question after answering the question. He goes, "Morak, the tavern owner, will be over shortly to tell you his request, but I have a request. What I need you to do is travel north, a long way north. I cannot take you. You must make your own way there. There is a town called Bryn Shander in Icewind Dale. I'll move you boys over. This will probably take a moment to load for you, because it's pixelated as fuck for me. There is
Yep.
a town.
Yep.
There is a town called Bryn Shander, very far to the north.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yep.
Brain Shander.
As the crow flies, do you
wow.
boys want to know how far it is?
Yeah. How
Um,
far?
As the crow flies, 600,
Oh.
600 miles.
That's meters, man.
No, that's
600
miles.
meters, man. Just down the
No.
road, man.
It's miles.
Come on, man.
Now look, do you know how long it took me to get this key lined up? right? By setting the pixels to certain length, it took me fucking ages.
Oof.
It's not even that perfect. It took me
Yeah.
fucking ages.
Can only imagine.
Yeah. So it's over 600 miles to Brinchanda, right? Some of you who know the Savage Frontier would probably be John and Arkstone. Like, you would know how far this is. He goes, I need you to travel to the town of Brinchanda. There's a man there by the name of oh shit. Fuck. No, I nearly gave you the wrong quest then. I nearly mixed up the two quests.
Oh, are we still going to Brinchanda?
Yes. No. Like, Felgloss is going to ask you to go Brinchanda, and so is Morak, but I nearly gave you the other way around.
Okay.
To be fair, it actually doesn't matter, but to be fair. So.
Okay, so
yes.
I go
so-
I go Brinchander. And we'll meet the Northman. Whatever. Lives up there.
There will be many Northmen there, yes. My Windwalker friend. I need you to
Oh,
go
yeah.
there.
There it is.
I need you to go there. There is I suppose you could say we are friends. And her name is Devessa Shane. She is the mayor. Yeah, is that what you small folk call it? The mayor?
The mayor.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is the mayor of Brinchanda.
Oh,
She
the
will-
mayor. Yes.
She will. When you tell her of the problems we're having with these giants, and I'd imagine the north is no far much more safer than it is here down in the south of the Savage Frontier, she will be able to assist us and maybe even know what to do, how we can move forward, and hopefully get the local lords concentrated on this problem.
What problem would that be?
The giants. This giant problem we're having.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pardon me for asking, but wouldn't
Sorry.
it be more tactful to go to the region,
Say again?
Neverwinter? Wouldn't it be more helpful to head to Neverwinter? Ask the local leaders there instead.
Do any of you know any of the leaders of Neverwinter?
No, but that same goes for Bridgehander.
I know Devessa Shane, and if you give her my name,
Oh.
it will carry great weight. Another thing, I can pay you handsomely for this. And also, so can he gestures over to the barman who's just polishing porcelain cups. The barman over there also requires a message to be carried to Brinchanda. It's basically just a letter carrying job. A 600-mile letter carrying job, of course, but it is what it is.
that far
Sounds-
north from here. Wow.
Is that
Hi,
a
Apod.
Hey, Puff.
Go away,
Apple. I mean, hi, Apple.
Apoth?
What does it smell like cheese in here?
What?
Apoth just got here. You okay, bro?
Yeah, I'm just a bit tired.
Quarantine pecking your head, lad.
So what have I missed? I'm sorry.
Not that much, to be fair, because we ended up talking about salt in a stew for quite a while. Basically, a few of you assisted burning the orc bodies. Like an elf in the distance gave you a salute. You found out the orc tribe that had come through attempted to attack the elves in the Ardeep forest, but the elves knew they were coming and routed them, and they had fled to Nightstone for refuge, and you held them long enough. That's why Vogelos was delayed. He was speaking with those elves. And since that's happened, then you helped, tidy up the village a bit after the destruction, burnt the orc bodies. Then you've gone to the tavern with Felgalos, and he's requested that you travel all the way north to Brinchanda. Somebody ping it.
Yeah.
Over 600 miles away, to go and meet with a local lord there, because he believes that she has the power and weight to be able to get things done around the whole of the savage frontier.
Ooh.
But whilst that's happened, the barman has also requested. He basically has a letter carry job that needs to go to Bryn Shander, and he's going to pay you very good for it as well. He's also. We haven't got that far, but Felgloss has told you that this is going to happen.
Okay. That's good.
So, the local lady's name, the mayor of Bryn Shander, is called Duvessa Shane.
Already
Duvessa
did.
Shane.
Okay.
Take notes, boys. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yep,
Take
just
notes.
did.
Yeah.
Already
yeah.
did. Yep.
I've already forgotten it. Don't worry.
Just for a heads up, for some reason the map is really low res for me. I don't know how
Yeah,
it's
give it
everyone
a
else.
sec. Give it
Give it
a
a
sec.
sec.
no.
Yeah.
No, it's just the internet. It's shit right now, man.
Yeah, it'll take a sec. No, don't refresh.
So, I forgot where I was on the conversation. Oh yeah, I
You
literally just
called-
said about Morak that he needs
Yeah,
a
Morak.
600-mile letter carry job.
Hmm.
So you're all sat at the best way I can think to describe it is like an American diner style seating arrangement, like little pews on either side and a table, and he's on a stool at the end while three of you are on either side. Yeah, Felgolos.
A let.
Go on. Yeah,
No,
so,
Douglas too.
The letter. A letter for 600 miles from a tavern owner must have great importance.
it's not of importance. It's more a sentimentality thing.
Oh.
He can explain it better than me, but he wants a letter carried to somebody, for somebody's family member out in Bryn Shander.
Oh, absolutely. We're going there anyways.
Yeah. So then he says, I will be leaving soon, gentlemen. My own affairs now require being looked into. But rest assured, I will be keeping an eye on you. I have a vested interest in this being seen to the end. For now, I'm going to get back to my book, and Morak can speak to you about his letter.
Cool.
Oh,
So he
Douglas.
turns around, shouts Morak, like, Morak, come speak to the gentleman over here. So he,
Douglas, before you get too lost in your book, just have to say how grateful we are.
he smiles and says, anytime, my friend. And he gets up and goes back to his book. And Morak comes over, still polishing his porcelain glass, a porcelain cup. And he says, so, Belgalos over there tells me you're planning to go to Bryn Shander.
Ah, that's right.
Okay,
Gotta make a 600-mile trek.
good. Then you'll be happy to take 100 gold to just carry a fucking letter over there.
Sounds good. Who are
100
we
gold
delivering it to?
anytime.
Says, obviously, that's a high price, but I think yous have done enough for the town, and I think I can get the money together for yous, and we'll even pay in advance. Yous are a good sort, and you've done us right. Please see me right again, and just carry this letter.
Agreed,
Yeah,
Mark.
I don't know if
Anytime.
he. No. I'll take
Go
the
on.
letter, shortly like inspect it, and
It's got
I
a seal on it. It's got a seal on it. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
want you reading it.
Right.
I turn to him and I ask, so who are we delivering this to?
The sheriff of Bryn Shander himself. Right. Samil Southwell. Right. Oh no, shit. No. No, that's not his name. It's like the sheriff of Bryn Shander himself. Shamil Southwell was murdered this morning by one of them orcs. A good woman, and I'm sad to see her pass. Her brother is the sheriff of Bryn Shander. Let me get his name for you. I fucking lost it. I've absolutely lost it.
No, you should start calling him Bob or something, dude.
No.
It's not like simple and easy to remember.
Sheriff Southwell. Okay. Deliver it to
Ah.
Sheriff Southwell. Right. Yeah. Right. He is the. That is actually his name here in the book. He doesn't have a first name. His name is Sheriff Southwell.
Nice.
He doesn't have a first name.
So his name is
First
Bob
name,
now.
first name Sheriff.
Second, Sheriff Southwell. That's his name.
His middle name as well.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from now on, his name is Bob. Okay.
I'll come up with a name for him later. But his name is Sheriff Southwell. Right.
Yeah. Got it.
I've met him once or twice. He's a good man, right? And his sister was a good woman, and he'd like to hear of his sister's death. Well, he wouldn't like, but I think he should know. I ask that you carry this letter. It basically just explains and where she was buried if he ever seeks to come and pay his respects one day. Will you do this for me?
Aye. Anytime.
Aye.
We'll make sure to keep it safe with us.
Excellent. That's excellent. Obviously, it comes with another round as well. You boys want to stay here tonight before you go? It's about midday, or are you looking to set off today?
I think we'd all.
I think.
I wouldn't mind not having to
Like
do
to
a whole
stay.
lot today.
Good.
Oh,
Let's
You just
have a
won't have
rest
to
then.
do. You just won't have to do much here today. I can probably fit you one more round. To be fair, I've been very generous with your drinks since you've got here. I'll give you one more round as a thank you for taking the letter, and you can have a bed tonight. But that's as far as my hospitality will stretch. I'm still a businessman at
more
the end of the day.
That is more
Well-
than enough.
Don't
Thank you,
worry,
Frank.
because Vilgalos has our tab.
How do you even have any drinks left?
They wouldn't
Yeah.
loot ale, would they? Or would the
I
goblins?
think. I think
It's like
they-
in the
they
cellar.
would.
It would have been in a locked cellar as well.
I
you know
don't
what I mean?
feel like the goblins are gonna be picky though, but okay.
I
Most
think,
of it would have been in a locked cellar as well. You know what I mean?
I think goblins would fucking murder a barrel of beer.
To be fair, yeah. Thinking
Yeah.
about it, I agree. But most of his like kegs of ale would have been in like a locked cellar.
To be fair though, they just started looting in the place, right?
They'd been there about a day or so, but you know what I mean. Like they don't have lock picking tools. They didn't have crowbars.
Oh.
Like most
It's
locked
more,
stuff was safe.
So they probably drank the shit that was like on the bar, but
Yeah.
the locked away stuff that they'd get.
So he's still got the
a
good
question for
friggin'
you,
40-year-old brandy behind the thing.
Oh yeah, because most of their wine and everything has been offering us was like up on the tall shelves. They can't reach that high.
Exactly.
My good innkeeper, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Windwalker.
So currently, we're not too far away from Winter Waterdeep.
Aye.
Would you know if there are any armor smiths, weaponsmiths down there?
In
We stumbled into a pudding while we were in the cave we were in.
He
But-
looks at you like you have 7 heads and
Yes.
says,
I
"Weaponsmith,
start laughing.
a weaponsmith in Waterdeep, in the savage frontier."
Oh boy.
So we will have to reach Neverwinter then before we have any hope.
Laugh at the cleric again, Bart,
Look,
and I'll
please
smack you
don't
with your
mind him.
fucking lute.
He's just a little bit like that. Please don't mind him.
Yeah, there is blacksmiths in Waterdeep. Believe it or not, we had one.
Blacksmiths abound.
We had the half decent one here too, but his friggin' throat was slit ear to ear. Mostly just reissuing horses, mind, not swords in the lack.
Well,
They know their
he
way
might be able
around
to
the
patch
sword.
up the most rudimentary stuff. He may be able to put together some arrowheads or
Who?
this
The one
blacksmith.
that's dead.
He's
The one,
that's
the one whose
dead?
throats was slit ear to ear. Yeah. To be
I
fair,
guess-
mate, I think he's gonna struggle to put some arrows together for
To
you.
be fair, though, I was kind of talking about the guy in Waterdeep, but
All right, no, you'll find
Uh,
you'll find expert blacksmiths there.
They
Like,
they know
like
their way around the sword and Waterdeep.
yeah,
Let me tell you that, mate.
yeah, like you're talking. There'll be blacksmiths to the local lords and ladies and the factions and the knights of the realm and all of that stuff there.
Blacksmiths abound.
Right. Discuss your plan, boys. I'm gonna go for a quick piss because I'm hanging out.
Well,
So I guess we're traveling along the coast.
we could.
Yes.
No.
Or could we take a detour?
I mean, that's the
Good,
thing.
good.
We can go a little bit to the east.
Yeah. Let's just derail the entire campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Visit the mines of Marabar.
This is where raging starts getting mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Miramar instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna like Vince a little bit as you're all like sitting around like a big map or whatever, and you kind of like tracing your finger past Tribor. Just a little detail
Where?
there then.
Freebor?
Tribor, however you say it.
Tribal Trail?
Oops.
Oh yeah.
It'll be important later.
Yeah. We're like tracing
I mean,
this distance.
eventually we'll have to get to Lushkin, so I mean,
Oh my god, this is 700 miles. How many kilometers is that?
too much. Too fucking much.
What's up?
Oh my god, it's 1,120 kilometers.
Fuck.
Jesus.
You boys are gonna have fun. Hang on.
How
Yep.
long is the coastline of Norway?
What? Sure. Like to compare it, you mean?
So, I believe we're gonna take the eastern route and make our way past Atlanta.
Yeah. We want to visit the mines of Marabar.
Yeah.
It's a cool
I'd
place,
really like
man.
to see that.
Yeah. That would
What
be
is this?
sick.
Is this a vacation now?
Yeah. We do what we want,
Pass-
man. We're fucking Shanakul's disciples.
Pass
That's
by
what we
the
do.
Somber Hills.
By the way, I'm going to keep calling us Shanakul's disciples unless you guys come up with a better name.
Right. Sorry, boys. I had to grab another beer. So you got your plan, boys?
Yeah, we're heading
Yeah.
to the mines of Marabar first because we want to
Yep.
get our gear. We want to get the heavy plate mail.
How are you gonna
Well,
pay for
just-
that?
I mean,
No.
we'll probably kill a noble or something. Sack their house. You know, it's easy.
We're gonna actually go by the Somber Hills.
We'll invest in the stock market.
Mogul.
I want to talk to the elves in the high forest. Seem like I can show a bunch of dudes. Can we
Ooh,
make
yeah.
a quick stop there?
Make a quick 135-mile detour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like
So,
just
I
going
think-
along the coast would be the most direct route, though.
It would be.
What
we
would
can
we
go by
know
the
about?
Griffin's Nest.
Just out of curiosity, what do we know about this high road?
The high road is maintained by the local lords. Like there is like regular patrols down it because it's like a major trade route. Obviously, does that make it immune to monster attacks? No, or bandits. Like, it's
Right.
about as safe as it's gonna get in the Savage Frontier. Probably the high road is the safe.
So I
Is
was
the-
thinking,
Apart from like Waterdeep or Mirabar or Neverwinter itself, like you don't get anywhere safer out of those
Yeah.
walls than the high road. Excuse me.
I turn to the rest of the guys and I go, we should try heading to Waterdeep and maybe link up with a caravan. I didn't really like the old one. They fled with their tails behind their legs.
Did
What do you expect? We're kind of freeloading.
What do you mean? We paid for our travel.
Yeah,
I didn't need to. I didn't need to pay for it.
maybe you
I'm an
paid.
experienced guide in these parts, but the further we travel north, the less I'm going to know. So I think
Well,
it's
if we make it to Waterdeep, safe to say we can find ourselves a bit of just about anything our hearts can desire.
I think you're correct. I think what we should do is head to Waterdeep first.
Oh,
See
I
if we
know
can
I'm
find
correct.
a competent blacksmith
I agree.
to fix up our gear.
Competent
Mm,
black.
I say we move to
Oh,
Waterdeep. I need a new staff.
By the way, did they like pay
and
us for?
then we could try linking up with a caravan and travel with them up the road for safety.
Company
numbers.
is always better than no one.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay, so just to
I probably know.
usher the plot forward a bit. So while this conversation is going on concurrently, like the day and the evening passes, like many villagers come in and thank you and all of that. People buy you a drink, maybe pay for some food, whatever. Whilst that's happening, a lot of the villagers do beg you to stay. Like, oh, please stay for a few more days. We could really use you here. Blah blah blah. The villagers take it amongst themselves to provide you each individually 5 days of rations, so 5 days worth of food, of road food,
Okay.
like as like a like. But the farm
Rations?
folk, yeah. So like consider it rations for the sake of the rules, but like it's
Some apple, some niche.
you know what I
stuff,
mean? Like
you know?
there's some dried meat people had laying around, things like that, and just for the sake of the rules, it's rations. You know what I mean? Like, as like a thank you, because they hear you're leaving for Bryn Shander and they know how long the journey is and how arduous it's going to be, and they do that. So this just concurrently happens while you're concocting your plan and all that.
So I'm
and in the
thinking,
evening, Felgalos also, like, he does bid you. Do you have any more questions for him?
Glass. Glass. What do you know about the high road? We're going to depart on this tomorrow.
It's fucking long. What do you think I know about the high road?
Oh, you seem to know more about the north than perhaps most of us. You lived for a very long time.
It'll get cold. That's all I'll say. When you get north, it's gonna get real cold. Even for a dragon, it's cold up there.
Would you say when does it start getting cold?
You've got about another. Well, what? The autumn starts in 2 months, maybe. Don't quite remember the date. No, sorry. No, let me rephrase that. Sorry. The autumn is not long about to begin, so we're talking what, 2-3 months until full winter. You haven't got long.
I best
Just stock up on clothes then. Somewhere down the road. We'll deal with it when we get there.
I'll let you know, though, gentlemen. It's cold in the summer there. Real cold.
Oh, we better make our right preparations then.
Well, there's nothing such as bad weather. It's only bad clothes.
Is that a Norwegian thing? Is it?
Yeah.
It works better in Norwegian. It like rhymes in Norwegian.
It rhymes
Does
in
it?
Norwegian. Yeah. Alright.
Go on. What is it in Norwegian?
There's no bad weather, there's only bad weather. It's good, something like that.
That was English.
Well, why would I
Wait,
say
is
it in
Norwegian actually
That's what I mean,
English? What the
like,
fuck?
I'd like to hear the rhyme. If
Wait,
that's
do I actually understand?
Det finns ikke noe dårlig klær. Det finns ikke noe dårlig vær, bare dårlig klær.
Oh yeah, it does roll off the tongue a bit. Like
Yeah.
if you speak Norwegian, I guess.
Yeah, like I don't know why you're even asking. Like,
Yeah,
basically what I
you wouldn't
heard.
understand what
It's
we were
just-
gonna say anyways.
It's just interesting, man. Fucking
Oh.
hell, right?
I get it.
I'm just curious, bro.
oh yeah, it's vær.
You're making us
Klær.
self-conscious.
No, I was genuinely curious. You know what I mean? Like, if I was going to insult you, John, I'd do it to your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just ribbing you, dude. I'm just ribbing you. Don't worry about it. So
Yeah.
I guess we start.
So yeah, the Felgalos, like close to dusk, says, like, he reminds you again he will be keeping an eye on you when he can. Turns back into a dragon and
Oh
flies
wait!
afterwards.
Fuck!
No,
I
go
have
on.
one more question.
No, go on.
Phogos. Back in the days, I stumbled upon another dragon. Not one of your kind, but a silver one.
White.
White?
Yeah, white.
Is there a difference? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it is important. Look, to be fair, right now, no. Yeah.
Well, like chromatic and the metal dragons are both different species, right?
Yeah, chromatic. So like, chromatic is like generally evil, and
So I go.
metallic.
I go.
Yeah,
I go.
really good.
I think it was like silver or white color.
Where
I
did you
haven't
meet?
seen. I haven't seen a lot of. I haven't seen a lot of dragons. Excuse me.
Where did you meet this dragon?
I met him in. Was it the fucking Fallen Lands thing? Great Peak Mountains.
It was the White Peak Mountains.
Great Peak Mountains.
The Grey Peak Mountains, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I met him in the Great Peak Mountains. I think it was next to what I assume was his master or rider or a very dear friend to him. It was a very sad scene indeed.
Was the rider dead? He says.
If we assume that it was a rider, actually, I think it was a rider, wasn't it?
No, it was a dead body.
Yeah. Did it have like reins and stuff? I don't know. I can't.
Yeah. It was like tied to the saddle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the rider was dead. It's a female. He was weeping about a lost ring.
Speak of Arvaturis. I know her.
The rider or the dragon?
The dragon. Speak of Arvaturis. She's not dangerous anymore. She used to be a long time ago. She was tamed by a man. Well, heard the man was dead, but yet she is still tamed. Strange thing, a bond between a dragon and its rider.
Wondering about that.
Bear that in mind. He looks at you and goes, "Bear this in mind, gentlemen. Dragons are going to play a large role in your adventure ahead. I can feel it. You've met me. One of you has already met Arvatrice. This is no coincidence. Anything could be an ally, gentlemen. Maybe even the chromatic dragons, like you have already found an ally in, my Windwalker friend."
Is it indeed a chromatic dragon? My eyes kind of get large.
Full chromatic. Arvatrice is even older than me. Very powerful dragon.
Do you know anything about the ring?
The ring was probably its master's or something. The body's been decomposing for a long time. I have not seen Arvatrice for close to a century now.
Hopefully this ring wasn't for shackles.
Where did you find your ring?
The floor.
Not like I'm
Does
asking
he
him in
just-
character.
No, John paused, so I was like, he's forgot. I was like, you found it on the floor. I was like, because you could, like, I'll help you there, because if you don't remember, like, your character would remember. Like,
But didn't he, like,
I've got it written down, you know what I mean? Like,
Didn't he, like,
I think
find
I
it
missed
on?
something.
Yeah, but didn't he
think I
find
missed
it like
something.
on a severed
I found
arm?
it. He was looking for it, and I found it.
so
Next
it
to
was
the severed arm of the owner.
yeah, so it was looking for its mastered ring, and it was on a decomposed hand on the floor. So you can only assume it was its master who's decomposing on its back.
So I basically asked him if this was like it might be some magical item that you tackle her or something and keep her not evil. I just want to know.
He shrugs. He's like, I don't know. I don't know how a man can tame Arvatrice, but it happened.
I felt
And
that
she is.
I felt
she-
destiny
go-
that day. was strife in the air. I've been thinking about that moment for a very long time.
He smiles and goes, "That is what you feel. Make sure you keep that feeling inside."
Oh my god! All right.
Did
Not
that make
sagely.
sense?
Yeah.
I'm 5 beers deep, boys. Fuck.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
I
I mean
get
like what I mean is
Only
like
5.
like if you feel it's important, make sure you hold it in your heart as important. Does that make better
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on to it if it's
If it's
Alright.
important to you, it's like there's whatever held Arbitress to that man who tamed her is strong. So strong it even lasts after his own death. I don't know how long she's been riding with that dead man on her back, but like I say, he was dead a century ago when I saw her.
Bad.
Belgros, thank you so very much
Can
for
Safe
we,
your
travels,
help.
friend.
can
We
we
hope to see
expect
you
her to
again.
be... sorry.
Go on.
Please keep an eye out for us. We hope to see you again, mate, and best wishes on your trigonometry.
What was your question, Axler?
Well, it was gonna be like, can we expect her to be, well, stable mentally?
He shrugs.
She a crazy bat.
He shrugs.
Because I mean, if you've been like holding onto a corpse for 100 years,
Probably over 100 years. He
The bonds
shrugs.
between
He
bonds
shrugs and
between
says,
rider and men seems like serious indeed.
he shrugs and says, "I cannot speak for Arbitress. She makes her own mind."
Well,
And-
safe
and
travels,
with-
my friend.
So with that, you say your farewells,
Yeah.
and he turns into a dragon and floats away like
That's
a
the
little
second
majestic.
So,
oh, didn't get it on.
Second time, what?
No, it's just, I was gonna say this is the second time that I owe you then.
Oh yeah. So you can assume that was said. You know what I mean? But he says no, no thank. He would have
Good
said
journey, friend.
there's no ode required. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna
No
stand
ode
by. I'm
required?
there's no ode required. As in, like you
Oh.
don't owe me anything.
Okay.
And with that, the evening passes, and you all sleep soundly that night and have very nice dreams. The morning comes, and pretty much the entire village is there to wave you on your way.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
did we ever get that money for like bringing the villages back?
Yes,
I was just about to.
we'll do that. We'll sort that out later.
Alright.
Remind me later. I'll just throw
Yeah,
you
I'll
some
make a
gold
note of
later.
it. Yeah.
I'll throw you some gold later. I'll do some math or
Go up
whatever.
for the villagers.
Yeah. So pretty much, there's like a big they're there. They give you a standing ovation as you leave. Like they. The heroes of
rest,
Nightstone. Yeah, you've all had a long rest as well. Like all of that. There's this big, huge applause, all of that good shit, and there's birds flashing their tits at you. It's great.
Call me some. I'm sorry.
And with that, the
Right
journey
to
on the
me,
road,
lads.
the journey on the road commences. The weather is fair. Like it's not. It's just a morning mildewy type kind of morning. The road is easy traveling. It's well maintained. You travel all the way to the bottom of the road leading up to Nightstone, and then you break north towards Waterdeep. Probably by lunchtime.
Cool.
You make good time. And like seemingly out of nowhere, one of you notices something in the sky. So you're about here, heading for Waterdeep. Like it's late. Hang on, how far have you travelled? Yeah. So it's like it's mid-afternoon now. Like it's been a long day's walk. Like it was tough. Like it's like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon now, and then like a part of the sky clears, and there is just this giant strange cloud, like about a kilometer above you, but it is falling towards you at an alarming rate.
Oh fuck!
Right?
I start immediately thinking about the cloud giants. So I go, hi.
Okay.
Okay, are there any
That
like
cloud is
bushes or
suspicious.
anything, woods or anything around us?
All around you.
Woods all around us.
Not woods, but like, there's like trees and
Trees.
yeah, there's like
so
decent.
there's definitely we can hide behind.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff you could hide behind.
Like reenacting
would
that
say-
scene in like the first Lord of the Rings movie.
Oh boy! Break for cover.
You all jump into cover, alarmed, and the cloud continues to descend. And then once it's about, let's say 200 meters away, like you can make the shape
Oh my
of
God.
you can make the shape of a structure above it. Like the structure is very weird, a large tower with like almost like some sort of hat on top of it, a large colored hat with
The
ornate
legends are true.
paintings all over it, like stars and moons and suns and all of that, and celestial bodies painted all over this tower wearing a hat. Then once it's 200 meters, hang on, sorry. Once it's 200 meters overhead, it just stops.
Okay.
Literally just stops.
So
And
I
it's-
go,
it's-
amazing! It's a floating castle, like in the olden days.
Is it headed towards any particular direction? Is it
it's-
headed?
It's like the Arrival. It's like that movie Arrival. Where
It's
like
just
it
stopped
shows up and
moving
hovers
now.
there on the ground.
It's stopped moving now.
But
and
it
then
came from the north, right? Because we saw it. As
Correct.
We were
It came from the north. So you're about here now. See where my line starts there? Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
somewhere around there, and it's coming from the north. Okay. You're still hiding from it.
I mean, I guess we started
I mean,
inspecting it. And
It's
what-
not like we're
looking
gonna
at-
jump out and wave at it.
I would slowly start to stand up. After a little while of nothing going on, and
I mean, yeah,
I
depends
pull
on
you
how
back
long,
down.
yeah. Depends
So
on
yeah.
how long it is, right?
So about, let's say, 10 minutes has passed.
all right. So I would say we would start to get. I would start to get out of cover.
We're like having
And
like whispered
cautiously-
conversations and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, cautiously, kind of, I guess, wave everybody around. Pointing up, like looking around, like with my head.
The cloud begins to
The most
Stop.
baffled look.
start moving. The cloud moves, and like the tower and the actual main body of the cloud doesn't move, but it's like a tendril is growing off of it, and it's like moving like across and then down, across and then down, across and then down, like all the way to. And what happens is it's like this tendril is coming towards you. So if you notice after a minute or so, that
Is
this
it making a staircase?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, because it sounded like you were describing an event like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, right?
Mhm. It is, yes. It is making a staircase towards you, and because you've noticed it, I'm going to perfectly allow that. Yeah, so the more observant amongst you have noticed that a staircase is forming ahead of you, made out of cloud. And then after several minutes, it
Oh, the
ceases.
tendril was made of cloud.
I think that should be our cue to get the fuck out of there, honestly.
And it ceases in front of you. The staircase stops, like say 25 meters down the road.
So
The
I turned to my crew. Say, I'm not sure. But there are several floating castles. I'm not sure if this is the Cloud Giant's castle.
Are there?
I kind of, I don't know. I kind of look at the castle. Does it seem like it's made for like tall as fuck rows? Does it look like it's made for giants, or is it made for like a
Well, it's
wizard?
it's 200 meters in the air. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
your
exactly.
Like
So,
perception.
floating, yeah.
I'm trying really hard to see if I can discern it.
So it's a big ass tower. Like even that high in it's fucking big ass tower. You
The
know what I mean?
stairs
Okay.
themselves, though, are they, what's the
They are small
proportion?
folk sized.
They're small folk sized.
Well,
Well, gentlemen, these these stairs are obviously meant for us. I mean, if we try to get away, I'm sure they're gonna find us. Not like we
I'm
can
wondering,
hide forever.
Lurk, Weimar, where do you think?
Hey, Bob.
I'm honestly, I don't think there's anything we can do. It's a giant fucking cloud. It clearly knows
Yeah.
we're here.
It's gonna see us no matter what. We better go see what if anybody's home and what they probably somebody's obviously home, but what they want.
Agreed. We can't really run away from it, can we?
There's no point
That's-
in hiding. We saw what happened in Nightstone.
Let's face our destiny then. Maybe we can hitch a ride. Maybe they're kind.
Hey,
Boys are going up the
most
stairs.
optimistic thing that I've heard you say.
Are you all going up the stairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
start
don't
to
really
run
have a
the
choice.
steps.
Yeah, I think we agree that we don't have a choice really. Like it'll follow
Yeah.
us and stuff. Like it's unless anyone pipes up.
I kind of object.
Hmm.
I mean,
Okay.
to be honest, mate, it's gonna find us wherever we go. Might as well see what they want. Talk
Don't
some
have to
reason
go up.
into them.
You don't have to go up. You can wait at the bottom.
I mean, if everyone else goes up, I'm probably gonna go up too.
Air pressure,
Is-
yes.
I see.
Air pressure.
Do we
woo.
see any movement on the top? Any type of rustling of the tower itself, or
No, like say you can, like you wouldn't
is
like
there-
the angle of the stairs. Like they're quite like this isn't going to be an easy walk up. You know what I
It's 200 meters, so
mean? Yeah, like so you're gonna
uh,
walk 200 meters worth of stairs.
yeah,
Like,
it's
gonna
like
be a, this is
walking
gonna
up
be
a
a
skyscraper. Yeah.
it's gonna be a fucking horrible walk.
It's
It's
you know
not
what I mean?
just that. It's gonna be like we're walking up like a bunch of pillows too. Like our feet's gonna like sink into it and everything.
Yeah. Actually, there's one way to find that out. So I put my foot on the cloud thing. See what happens.
don't
The foot-
stick your
Fingers where you wouldn't put your dick.
So
I
first you want to lose your
I'd-
finger, now
I'd
you're
put my dick in a cloud. No. Okay. So as you plant your foot on the stair, like to test it, like it does have a bit of what's the word? Give.
buoyancy.
Yeah. Buoyancy. Perfect, Voxel. It does have a. It's not ridiculous. Like you're not sink. It's not like you're walking on a pillow. It's not perfectly solid like concrete.
Like a little
There's
bit
like a
of sway.
tiny bit of give. You know what I mean? But it is solid. And as you take your second step, which I assume you do after
Yep.
testing the first, like it's
So-
exactly the same. So
It's a little like stepping on a rope bridge.
So I get
Yeah,
this
yeah.
weird look on my face, and I whip my dick out. No, okay. So I
Roll-
think we just walk up the stairs.
roll a dick out check.
Yeah.
It's super small.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like roll d20 for its size.
Roll D3.
Mate, I don't think you're gonna. Yeah. Mate, I don't think you're gonna make that.
Let's
thing
roll for
anywhere.
dick size.
Actually,
Oh,
no.
30 inches, boys.
4d4 plus
Eh.
4. What?
I think that's millimeters, John.
That's
30
13 inches, bros.
30. Wait a minute, you're from Norway. No, imperial. Wait, no, 13 centimeters is still pretty good.
Alright.
That's still pretty
Alright.
good.
Okay, let's just get on with it.
Oh, who said it was centimeters?
Right, no, yeah.
It's
So,
millimeters.
like, are we assuming the group's going upstairs? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Obviously,
Yep.
yeah.
So you walk up the stairs. It's
You're
quite the arduous climb.
It
I
is really
play
good
a
size.
little bit of a melody on the way up.
Wait, Mark.
Keep
You,
us.
you wouldn't be able to play that. Like it's a really steep climb. You know what I mean? Like
Wait.
alright.
Wait, Vox, you got a 38-inch dick.
Yeah, baby.
You're
I call it. That's actually my quarterstaff.
Do you like
It's
wrap
actually
it around
my
your,
dick.
you like wrap it
Oh,
around
yeah.
your waist like a fucking.
I hope
I
Tim.
mean-
I hope Tim likes the new content. Oh, fucking
Alright.
But yeah,
I'm
so,
glad I'm not demonetizing these videos in the first place.
yeah, exactly.
Oh shit! It's raining. Fuck.
Oh, it's been snowing on the entire day for me.
Oh,
Yeah, so like I said, it's a long, arduous climb up. You climb and climb and climb. Like the steps are quite difficult. It's like, you know what I mean. Like Arkstone said, like it's not like walking on concrete. Like it sinks a bit. Like it takes its toll. Just climb 200 meters of steps. Like fucking hell, could you imagine that? It'd be horrible, wouldn't it?
I'm also
I mean, like,
imagining
Your
the
quadriceps
ground.
are burning. You know what I mean? And you're
Oh.
just like, and you reach the top.
And I'm
And as
sure
you-
we
I
can
also
take a break
imagine
at some
that
point.
There would, I also imagine that there would be like a lot of wind up there.
Yeah,
It'd be
exactly.
cold.
Yeah, so especially in the Savage Frontier as well. Like, basically, you Norway boys know it's fucking cold everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Because this place is basically.
Listen-
When I was doing my background research, it's like the Savage Frontier is Scandinavia.
Listen,
I was like, okay.
It was 6 degrees Celsius yesterday, and it was like t-shirt weather for me.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, this is wonderful. It's so warm.
So let's crack on with the story.
Yeah.
You reach as you start getting like you can see the end of the stairs now. Like you're like, oh fucking hell, sweat dripping off you, all of that. And then this huge, this tower is there, and then there's this great large, let's say 30-meter arch doorway there. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking huge. This doorway, like you couldn't reach the handle
Yeah.
if you tried. Right? And as you see it as it comes into view, and then you reach the top of the staircase, and there's this like large, perfectly formed circle of cloud here, like all around it. And then there's this, and then the doors just start slowly opening. The wind blows, and the doors give this, such large doors give this, and then we go on break,
Hey,
boys. Yeah.
Whew!
Oh,
Break.
Damn, this was so intense.
Yeah.
that's the only thing I could think to make it even more intense.
Fucking grind. I hope you weren't trying to get music on that.
There is music on.
Oh no.
This is like super quiet.
Oh no.
You did it again.
No, there is actually music on, and I know it's not there. I know
No,
it's
I
on
hear
this
it.
thing.
It's
I don't know.
ambient.
It's
I'm
just-
not in. I'm not in it. No.
Oh,
Right.
it's very quiet for me. I can't
Yeah,
really
it's
hear
a
it.
quiet video. This one. This is
Yeah.
just like walking.
Oh, you're still talking about like the birds.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like little bird song. Like it's basically just
I-
walking through the
I actually
forest
can't
noise.
hear it anymore.
I thought you were talking about like music.
Yeah,
No,
I,
there's
I,
no
ca- I,
music.
ca- I can't hear it anymore. Sound of the birds and stuff.
Right. Turn the stream up. Right, I'm going for a quick
Yeah.
piss. I'll be back in a moment, gentlemen.
Goodbye. Yeah, I'm a.
Just 5 or 10
I'm a-
minutes. We'll get this wrapped
Yeah.
up quick,
I'm
and we'll
gonna grab
advance the
some
plot
water.
forward.
Well, might as well pause the recording for a while then.
It's disadvantage. Or I can kind of. I don't know. It's very liberal. So.
No,
I
it's not
kinda-
liberal at all. It's there in black and white. Choose one. Right, you touch a creature, and that creature must succeed a Wisdom saving throw or become cursed for the duration of the spell. When
Right.
you cast a spell, choose the nature of the curse, and then you have 4 choices. Choose one ability score while cursed, has disadvantage on that ability check. While cursed, the target has a disadvantage on attack rolls
Attack
against
rolls.
you. Yeah. While cursed, the target must make a Wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns. If it fails, it wastes its action that turn doing nothing. While the
Yeah.
target is cursed, your attack and spells deal an extra 1d8 necrotic damage. Remove curse removes it at higher levels. Blah blah blah. The duration concentration is up to 10 minutes.
Because I also. Yeah. What do you think? That's alright?
Yeah.
Because some people would say choose one ability scores to. You know.
It depends, really. It could come in handy. You know what I mean? Like out of combat, that could come in really handy. Like
That's
if
what
it
I
were
was
me,
kinda.
every single time I'd be like, yeah, pass a wisdom saving throw, or you lose your turn. You know
Yep,
what I mean? Like
exactly.
me personally, because
But like
battlefield
you
control
said,
is
out of
huge.
combat.
Yeah, like
Out of
there's
combat, it also has a good thing where I could just say, "Hey, this guy has disadvantage on a perception check, right?
exactly. Well, no, it'll be a wisdom.
Or on a wisdom,
Yeah, yeah.
saving throw."
Which by in turn means perception. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Wanted to check with you, mate.
Does it have a verbal component? It does. So you won't be able to do
Yes.
it stealthily, but
No,
burp. Cool. Right.
but I could burp and do it.
Roll your hit points and then we'll crack on, yeah?
Yeah. I gotta get my
You
modifier
can
real
come
quick.
and suck my nuts. Wait, what? Sorry.
Really?
Wait, what?
When?
Tomorrow.
Oh, man, I'm busy. Roll.
Alright.
Alright, there it is.
Let's go.
Plus con, which is 2.
What does that put your HP at?
25. No. No, 38.
Well, what's that? Oh, it's right there.
Oh, so you're where I was.
Neat.
Cool.
Excellent.
That's pretty good.
Not bad for a bard.
That's
The
pretty
bard
good.
has the
Yeah,
same
that's,
HP as the fighter now. That's
no,
nice.
no, at his old level.
Right,
Let us get a move on then.
let's rock. So the doors creak open. And before you lies this large, well, yeah, definitely large, right? Because one square is 10 feet for you boys, yeah? Okay. It opens and it reveals a brightly lit, like, well, tower room. Yeah. Sorry, 2 secs. I've got a description here to ring you. Yep. So there's a translucent blue curtain that flaps in the breeze. Beyond this curtain lies a 100-foot-high hexagonal chamber containing a giant-sized wooden table and stone chair. Dangling from the ceilings by iron chains are 6 crystal spheres with continual flames. I'm just going to move you boys in for the sake of it, because I'm going to assume you're going to walk in. Yeah?
Yeah.
As we're walking in, I'm like, for posterity, I'm still maintaining this is a terrible idea.
Say there's statues around the room and everything like that. And
Are we supposed to see anything? Oh, there we go.
yeah, can you see it?
Yeah.
Are you boys all on the tower? Yeah. Let me check. Yeah, you should
Yeah.
be. Yeah. Yeah. So around you
The
is
throne?
like there's hanging. There's a large, giant-sized table, and in the corner here, I know it just looks like a normal one. There's like a brazier with like a brightly lit fireplace. I'm adding that in myself.
Brazier.
Like a big fireplace, a giant-sized fireplace.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're
Is
gonna
this
draw.
a circle? Mean anything?
Might do in a minute. You shouldn't be able
Nobody
to see
step
that.
in
That's
the
a mistake.
circle.
There you go. You can't see that circle, right? Just right. One of you looks up where the circle would be, and there is basically like a roof with a circle hole in it, and there is through there you can't really see anything, just another room, and then out of nowhere a giant steps into view. This creature is huge with soft footsteps, almost
I'm gone.
making no sound at all. Okay. Now, if you're going to do anything, just interrupt me as I speak. The giant steps out over the circle and begins floating down the what?
On a cloud?
No, it just starts floating down the almost 80 to 100 feet drop, and he just starts slowly drifting down. The giant.
Definitely start like reflexively sort of fingering the hilt of my rapier. Like I'm not drawing it yet, but I'm kind of like
Mhm.
Hey, mate, that's not gonna do you any good here.
So the giant
Calm
begins to
down.
float down. He is wearing like so. Think Aladdin. You know the movie Aladdin, animated
Yeah.
Aladdin. He's wearing like white pants like that, and he's wearing a purple ordained shirt, like richly ordained with golden blazons, and like it's lovely looking. He has a long, flowing white beard that almost looks like it is made of cloud itself. He's grey skinned, and his eyes are old and wizened.
does he look like a
He-
sultan?
yes, basically.
Eastern kind of dude.
Yeah, so he begins to drift down. The more observant amongst you notice he is smiling as he drops, and he drops about here. Let me find if I have a token for him. I do have a token for him, and he lands here.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Looks like grandmother thing.
What?
Oh shit, son. So yeah, he lands
Alright.
there, and he smiles, and he says, "Welcome to Zephyros's tower."
Oh no,
He
it's
like
German. No.
he holds his hands out and goes, "It took great bravery to come here."
By the way, I can only see blackness.
Have I still?
Open your eyes.
Basic. Oh shit.
Also, I'm just getting called by my family. I'll be back in like a few minutes, but continue without me. I'm sorry, but
Sorry, not
Alright.
sorry.
No worries.
Okay. So it took great bravery to come up here, and he then he says, "I've been expecting you." And he
Expecting us, you say? We have not been properly introduced.
he says
That's fucking Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
he like holds his ear out as if he can't hear you. He goes, "Oh yes, I forget you small folks have such small voices." He then sits down. Well, no, he walks up to you and then sits down.
I'm muttering small voice my ass.
Oh
And
my
then
god. No, this is gonna be.
And then he says, "Please, what did you say, small man?"
Excuse me, but I don't think we've been properly introduced.
Correct. We have not. My name is Zephyros. And
Zafira.
I am yeah, oh my god. Right, he's German now. But my name is Zephyros.
No, god, stop. Oh my god.
Thy name is Zephyros. Hell.
No.
Hell.
I-
Oh my god.
Hell yes! Let's
I thought you were gonna turn this into some joke about like immigration.
Baby's got a hard on.
Hey.
So he says, no, he says, my name is Zephyros, and I am the master of this tower. And then he says, I believe you have already been introduced with our mutual friend, Bronze Dragon, by the name of Belgalos.
You know Felglas, do you? And by pray tell, how might that be?
Myself and Felgalos are very old friends. I would
Friends?
consider. Yes, I would consider him one of my closest.
A giant and dragon as friends? I mean, pardon my perplexion, but that seems a bit odd to me. You must excuse me and my band. We saw your castle and made our way up here. Out of
He.
curiosity, thinking you wanted our attention.
I did want your attention. The scrying spells led Felgalos to you, and and the scrying spells I have casted have also led me. You. I know it seems odd to have a dragon and a giant as friend, but
I
the
indeed.
old times are gone, especially now with the ordning in the state it is in.
I can only imagine this is a great time for the giants, who must make their own allies at this moment. Be it dragon, human folks, or small folk, as you say.
He smiles and says, "Yes, yes, exactly, my friend." And he looks at you each in turn. So, and then he says, "So I assume Felgalos has already told you about the ordning."
That is correct.
Indeed. Sorry, go ahead, Jen.
No, you were talking. Talking back.
So he says,
Ah.
"Yes." So you said yes. He has told you about the ordning.
Indeed. And I fear that is a great time of upheaval for giants and dragons alike.
Exactly, my small friend. We Am Amnoon has destroyed the ordning, and what is the future holds is a mystery to all of us. My scrying spells will not take me any further into the future than this moment itself.
So I see this.
I have been attempting to
Sorry,
contact
sorry.
the other planes to try and find a way, but my spells only ever got me this far.
Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Yep, please stop doing that.
Fuck, you're killing me.
Right, yeah, so my spells had only ever got me this far. You notice that like he's kind of like twitching as he's speaking, like almost like he's got like a tick, like a person with Tourette's would have. So he'd speak and he's just kind of
You're like,
like that. Yeah, yeah. And
Almost like he's trying to flick away an invisible pencil.
I have attempted on multiple times to reach further into the future, but my problems still persist. All I know is that my contacts to the other plane have told me that I must come here and meet you now. They told me to send Felgalos to you, and now they have told me to meet you now. And now I am but to ask, where can I take you?
Ah, quite the question that is, my friend. But pray tell, would you happen to be, because Felgolos is such a man of luck, taking us to the north, anywhere, possibly in the area of Brenchanda or thereabouts.
He strokes his beard, and as he does, like his fingers like blend into his beard, and it reveals it is actually made of cloud. Like he strokes his cloud beard, and like the wisps like merge into his hands. He says, "Yes, of course I can take you to Bryn Shander, my friends." He's like, "This will be a long journey." He like thinks to himself, and he says, if I were to estimate 26 days.
26 days on a castle of cloud?
What?
Wait,
He looks at you and says, "What? You think you'd get there faster walking?"
It says us. No.
No, but that cloud came at us quite quickly, you have to see. We small folk assume of you giants.
It looks
Many
faster in the
things.
air than it does on the ground. I will have to go and change the course now. If you'll
Oh,
excuse me, gentlemen, I will be back in a few hours. I will set course for Bryn Shander at once. And
Thank you.
without a second, like, even if you try to speak to him, he just ignores
Oh.
you. And he just floats up again. And
It's like, hey, okay.
it's not like it's like a slow thing, and like even if you went, excuse me,
It's still going. It's like,
he,
I
he,
have to go now.
he basically just like stick his middle finger up at you, like, what? Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Bitches, I'm
I
out.
have to go now. My planet needs me.
Exactly. And with that, like the stairs that you came up disappear, and the doors close behind you, like, and then you are left in this large empty room with no furnishings the size that you would require. Like several hours passed, and it's clear like the castle has begun to move. You haven't seen it move, but you can feel it moving. Like you can't even look out the window, but it is a brightly lit place, especially with the braziers and the fire and everything.
Those would start jangling or something when it moves, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So where's this cloud then, dude?
He's not there right now. He
Okay.
floated up into a different. There we go. Yeah, he floated where the circle is. He floated up and through. Basically, like 100 feet ahead of you, above you, is like another circle. He floated up through that, and yeah.
Roof.
So several hours pass, and he comes back, and then Zephyros begins to float down again. And he says to you, he's like, "You small folk best get comfortable. It will be a long journey. I assume, do you have provisions for the entire journey?"
We have enough provisions for 5 days.
I have enough for 15.
It is no bother. My pet griffins can hunt us some stuff.
We
Well,
do.
Frankie would.
Yes, pet griffins.
We do if
I-
you,
Hey.
perchance.
Can you tell him 6 beers deep? The Cloud Giant just said, "Yeah, my my griffins will just hunt us some shit. Don't worry about it, fam."
I was thinking, whoa.
Proper broke character there. He says, "Do not worry. If food becomes scarce, I will send my griffins out to hunt you some food. Do small folk eat deer?"
Yes.
Almost
Yes.
exclusively.
Excellent. Says to you,
The
he's
roast
like,
is good.
then he says to you, like, "I must apologize, but I cannot remain with you. I must remain in contact with the other planes. Please, make yourself comfortable here. If you require food, only..." He gestures to like a small folk-sized bell that none of you have noticed before on the bottom left-hand leg of the large table. Like, ring that bell as loud as you can, and I will send my griffins out for food. If I do not answer straight away, just try again in a few hours.
I'm actually vegan, but okay.
Okay. I'm gonna
What's this guy's name again? So I can write down.
Zephyros.
Zephyrus.
Zulu Echo Papa Hotel Yankee Romeo Oscar Sierra.
Yes, I got it
Zephyrus.
right.
For the sake of moving us forward, like, apart from conversation with this guy, you're not gonna learn a lot that you don't already know. Okay.
But can I
he's-
can I
go
do
on.
some things just for roleplay?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
So I guess this guy's like a cloud giant, And,
He is a cloud giant, yes.
I am like my character is like super fucking hyped about wind and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I
So-
guess I'll start asking him about Chandracal and shit. We'll have like a long-term conversation about it.
Yeah. Like throughout,
And,
like you're on this thing for a month. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you will have conversations with him.
So I guess I get like super fucking inspired by all of this. I make like a little shrine since it's long term. I make a shrine to Chandracal if I'm allowed to. I meditate. And soon I find myself awakening to new powers, and I find myself being able to cast sorcerer spells now. Yeah.
Exactly. I like it.
Yeah. So I don't know if this giant would teach or if he would like give me guidance on it.
He could
or,
do. Yeah, he could have done. He's a very old cloud giant. This guy. 2 seconds, John.
Wait,
Take
what,
4 luck points, John.
Hey, nice.
what cloud,
I mean, I'm sure you could
Or
also
what
like
did
ring
you
the
multi-
bell and like request a book on it or something.
what did you multi in again, Sean?
I'm multiclassing in Storm Sorcerer.
Oh, Storm Sorcerer.
So I have.
Well, sorcerer.
I can do some crazy things now. Go that way.
Do you mean just sorcerer?
No, Storm Sorcerer. Like sorcerer, one spell in sorcerer, one level in sorcerer, but I selected my fucking background thing as a Storm Sorcerer. So I can do some cool things now. Use a bonus action to create rolling gusts of elemental air to briefly surround you and blah blah blah.
Cool.
I can fly up 10 feet without provoking opportunity.
Jump?
Right, yeah. So yeah, all of that goes on. Like, the griffins that are on the top of the tower, like you notice over through the few days, is like there's like a menagerie almost on the very top of the tower where the hat is. A few of you, like you go out sometimes and go and sit on the cloud and like you
I
just
was
watch
gonna
the
say,
rolling
yeah,
plains.
Yeah.
You watch the rolling plains of the savage frontier roll before you.
Are we all sitting outside?
No, this is like this is
I'm narrating,
montage.
yeah.
No, montage now. Think montage. So
Right.
like,
Can I have a
Because, you know, I
montage
did
where,
Say that thing earlier. Okay, sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, because I did like say that thing earlier in that back in the village
yeah, you
that
can
I
do
wanted
that
to
now.
wait until it was a bit more private. I suppose it's not going to get much more private than now.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay, so I guess we're all just like sitting outside then, and I just starts as sort of like I suppose that was a close one back in that back in the village. A little scuffle with the orcs back there.
Oh, so
That was close.
with death.
That was closer than I'd like. I'm not sure if I even thought I would care about death until then. I have been a bit hesitant to tell everyone about where I come from. But with what happened, I now fear that if I don't let the story out now, it will remain with me forever. And I'll take it with me in my death. I used to be a servant at the Telgert family estate. It's a noble house in Tribor. Own a lot of land. I might be wanted right now. Hold on, I'm just gonna like fucking turn this volume down on this wind thing.
I can turn it off. Hang on. I just got pinged again. I rejoined and got pinged again.
Yeah.
I got. There you go. It's paused.
Okay. Right. I suppose I might be a wanted man now. I don't know if you've seen any wanted posters or heard of any rewards posted. for death of a
What did you
noble.
do?
Seen many wanted posters. Don't know if I could really
Okay.
pick them
What
out.
are you
Wrong music.
putting on right now? Okay.
That's the wrong song.
Getting distracted a lot here.
This is better. This is better.
There we go.
Da, 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 da.
It's not so much what I've done, but what I've been probably accused of at this point. I was a servant at the estate for as long as I can remember. I don't really have much memories about my parents. From as far as I understood, I was probably either rescued or bought from slavers. I'm not really entirely certain. And you gotta know your place as just a servant at a state like that. So even better than to ask for details. I was pretty much raised by the servant's headmaster. How to do all the appropriate bows, everything. So got dressed up in like these cute little tailcoats and fetching drinks, all that. There was, and I like pull out this like thing I've had like around my neck this whole time out from under my shirt, and I reveal like this lock of like golden hair, like tied together with like some strips of cloth. Gonna. Her name was Rose, and was about my only friend for us growing up. This was Lord Teller's little darling. We would run out into the woods, play knight and goblin, all that. Until, as we came of age, we become a little bit more than friends. The sort of thing that, would be a bit unseemly if it came out. We kept it a secret. Until one day, Lord Eldridge died. I think it was her 16th birthday, and the entire estate passed on to her. And all the servants along with it. Me included. So... Vici basically saw this as the perfect opportunity to make me her own loyal bodyguard. I received all sorts of... Okay. So, got a really good trainer. Had a lot of money. I got trained in the arts of combat, received a formal education, and everything. And would always be by her side. Still kept the secret that we were more than just that, of course. And for a lot of years it all seemed all rainbows and sunshine. Till just one fateful evening. You can see me tensing a bit now.
Turn this music down a bit, hang on.
Yeah. We were on our way.
It's getting loud.
Yeah, it's getting really loud.
Sorry. It was getting really loud, wasn't it?
Yeah. We were on our way to some late night social gathering or another. Really quite remember the details. But we were in this horse carriage all to ourselves, just us and the driver. I suppose she thought it'd be okay with just me there. It was quite late at night. I guess it was dark. I don't know what time o'clock it was. At some point, I remember seeing the carriage driver out front just slumping over. I suppose I was calling out to him, and I noticed something strange sticking out of the side of his neck, and realized just in time there was the back of an arrow. Before I knew it, it seemed like bandits, or something of the sort, just had descended on us from the woods. Just swarmed over us, and I had just about enough time to pull my rapier out. I'm sure you noticed this one earlier, pull it out and sort of show it off. This was a gift from Rose, this. It's about the only thing I have left of my life back then.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't have time to pull it. I didn't have time to even unsheath it all the way. It seems like such an easy thing to realize afterwards, but I just don't think of right then. That this long blade would not have been the best choice of weapon for those tight little confines. And I couldn't even pull it all the way out before it hit the ceiling. It turned into a wrestling match with one of the bandits. He managed to wrestle it out of my grasp and fling it away into the mud outside. Into the storm and the rain. We got dragged outside, anything valuable pilfered out of the carriage. And because I tried resisting, I received rather a beating, let's say. And Rose was like made to watch. Before eventually they turned their attention to her, and I was held down. Just head down in the mud, the beating rain. Made sure my head was turned towards her as they, one by one, they I'm sorry. As they had their way with her one by one. I was screaming, shouting, wrestling against the brick, but I couldn't do anything. They all had their fill. I remember getting pulled up to my knees. The rage I felt right then was more burning harder than anything I had ever experienced in my life to that point. I remember my exact words. Do you know who she is? Once your brother learns of this, he will have you hung by your entrails and paraded through the streets. What a way to treat your employees, he said. The biggest, burliest one amongst them, assumed his leader. By the way, Julius knows all the way everything about the two of you. Do you think they will trust your word above his? And a shining curved dagger unsheathed itself from his blade. It was now holding her, by her here. Gaze met one last time. And the dagger plunged down into his stomach. I guess at this point they just released me. Rushed over to her. I remember them just laughing, referring as they just disappeared back into the darkness they came from. I was holding her, cradling her. I tried to speak, tried to say something, but the words just wouldn't come out. I can tell she wanted to say something too, but just couldn't.
Sorry.
The bloodied man. The bloodied hand came up, brushed across my cheek as if to say that it's gonna be alright. like, don't worry, Airwig. Before I dropped away into the mud, and I remember seeing the light from her eyes just dimming out. I buried her in the woods. The grave of dirt and rocks. But kept this here lock of hair from her. The only thing I have left. Wandering back to the trail. I noticed there's something gleaming over in the mud. Picked up this rapier you see right here.
Yes.
So this lock of hair and the clothes on my back, the only thing left from my life. I knew I couldn't return now, as this would have been pinned on me. And I suppose it's not quite accurate to say that only she died, because I don't think I really survived either. And ever since then, the only thought in my head, the only reason that I kept going was for revenge. With the only thing to go on my face.
Are you done?
I don't know how
Oh, sorry.
much time passed, like a year maybe.
Sorry, I thought you were done. Sorry.
But
Go
I
ahead.
mean, not really feeling a whole lot of anything. And that was the reason I followed you to Nightstone, hoping to learn some clue, some lead. Okay,
Alright.
some lead or another.
Alright.
And I don't know what it is, but I suppose these last couple of days it's like I've woken up a little bit. Like realized my own mortality. And I need you guys to make me a promise. And I guess I'm like pulling out one of those sheets of paper I pilfered from back in that store with like and I have like a piece of charcoal. Kind of like drawing up like a rough map of the area, like the woods. Like make a little cross at one point through that path through the forest, and I say, at about this spot, if you turn about westwards, you should see an old gnarled oak. Shouldn't really be any in the forest, just quite like it. Around the back of it, you will find a grave. And I need you to promise me that should I die, I need you to put me there. Whether it's my body and my bones, my ashes, I need you to promise me that if I die before this journey is done, you need to take me there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We will.
That was fucking deep, yo.
Oh, is it?
Ain't that, bro?
Oh, man.
We'll help you get revenge.
How good was that piano, boys?
That was
By
some
the way, I'm
good music.
400 years old now.
Why are you even playing
That
this
was the
level?
longest monologue I've ever sat in DnD. I'll give you that, dear. I'll give you that, Axtor. That was the longest monologue I've ever seen. That was amazing. Good focus.
There is
Yeah.
one, yeah, right?
I'll give you that. Did you see
I
the
got
5
one thing that I
luck
did.
points, was it? No, 4 luck points.
By the way,
Okay.
I'm kind of like sitting on the edge of the cloud right now next to
No,
Vader.
don't you start monologuing now, fuck.
Wait, no, this is short. I'm on the cloud next to Vamir.
I've skipped 2
We're both
encounters.
looking
Come on.
down. We're both looking down. I put my hand on his back and I push him off the cloud.
You fucker!
And-
I thought we were jumping together.
and then Amber comes, floating down the chimney.
And then I cast fucking Featherfall.
together.
I cast Featherfall on them. I cast Featherfall on them so they don't die.
Oh man.
We
Oh,
I
you
did
need
say
need
we
a wind
jumped
to
together.
bring them back.
You
Yeah.
need a good laugh after that.
That was so sad, dude.
Oh
Damn.
man, my heart. It was the piano more than anything. Fucking hell.
My emotions. That was good,
That's
man.
emotional
Am I a
roller
good
coaster.
actor?
That was nice.
I had to lighten the mood a little bit.
Oh, definitely. So we're there, right? What time we on? Right.
I
Well, I
think
am-
we have played for like 2 hours now.
Okay.
2 hours, 20 minutes.
I'm actually gonna skip the encounters on this cloud because, to be fair, they don't
What?
mean shit. They
It sounds
literally they're
exciting
not
though.
they're not worth. They play. I've thought long and
So-
hard about this.
Like,
This-
just like, would you like some tea and biscuits?
it's basically no
The
by
Griffins
encounters. I mean,
kill all the shit.
there was basically no, because they may not even lead to combat depending on. And to be honest, they literally contribute nothing to the plot at all.
Wow.
They're basically Easter eggs to different adventures in
Oh, yeah.
in 5e. So
Are they
I
trying to, like,
decided about
advertise
2 days
their
ago we're
campaigns?
skipping this.
Can
So-
we montage it? Just to tell us on your journey. Blah, 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 you discovered blah blah blah. And just
So-
all like,
on your journey, a bunch of large vultures basically fly in, and a couple of cultists request a meeting with Zephyros. He has a meeting with them, considers their words, and sends them on their way. What they ask him is, if they will assist them. On your journey, you spot 9 thin and lightly armored humans riding giant vultures. They land atop the cloud, whereupon humans disband. All the riders wear steel helms, the cover of their eyes, and resemble stylized bird heads. One of them is equipped with a shoulder bag adorned with a smiling face.
Ooh.
Like I say, they basically, what they want is they want him to basically help them raise another dragon. Like it's nothing to do with this adventure. Then on the second adventure, the second potential encounter, basically a dragon lands, a bunch of good dwarves land, and they think Zephyros was one of the ones that attacked, and then they ascertain no, he wasn't, and then they leave. Right?
Wow.
So like they can, both of them encounters can lead to combat if you murder Hobo, and I decided 2 days ago to skip these,
Yeah.
because like it plays nothing to the plot. It's they're just there, right?
yeah.
For the sake of argument, right?
Plot
The
does not
journey,
thicken.
the plot does not thicken in a way. We go, and it
It's
gets
kind of
fucking
busy work.
it gets fucking cold, boys. Right?
Mm.
Right?
Guess
It
this
gets
is going back
fucking-
inside.
If
It
only
goes-
there was a playable race that was accustomed to cold climates.
I
Who?
know.
I'm teasing you, it's Goliath.
I know it's Goliath, but you ain't playing Goliath. I can't wait till the next campaign because I'm going to do my own setting, and do you know what? There's going to be no fucking magic.
Oh.
Ooh. Yes.
But I'll still play Goliath.
No, that. It's gonna
Oh,
be
you mean no magic, right? You mean so it's just humans? Yeah, yeah.
no, no humans. I mean,
No
Light
magic
I've been
fantasy.
thinking about it for quite a while now. Like it's
Light
going to be like
fantasy would be fun.
like dwarves, elves, and thingy. Like think Lord of the Rings, that style of magic.
Oh.
You know what I
So,
mean?
like,
Like
high magic.
Right, like
So,
if
like-
anyone
magic.
can do magic, it's like really special.
yeah, like if you
Like
can do
Battle
magic,
Brothers.
you're 1 in a billion. You know what I mean?
You
Right.
thinking like Battle Brothers?
Basically like Battle Brothers.
Yeah, alright, I'd be super down for that.
Elves and dwarves and everything do exist, but
Right.
magic
but
is a lot
it's-
rarer. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I
You
like
mean
that too.
you mean pansies and
we're
chats?
sidetracking though. We're sidetracking.
Yeah, we are sidetracking. Right.
Anyways,
Sorry.
Does anybody need a piss or
Yeah.
anything
Nope.
before we crack on with Branchanda?
I
Good,
might
because
go
I
get
did
something to drink.
Good, because I do.
That's it.
yes,
Alright.
let's just go.
Let's do it.
Go, go, go.
Give me
taking
2
a
minutes.
piss, alright.
Give me 2 minutes.
Alright.
No.
Quick piss. Quick piss.
Fucking pissers.
Well, I got should.
Well, they gotta piss, man.
Yeah, just piss your pants, bro.
Yeah, piss your pants. Piss your pants. Do it.
And I'm back.
Yeah, add a comment on YouTube if you want Raging to piss his pants right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Like if you want him to piss his pants.
Easy.
Subscribe if you want to see him piss his pants in the future.
I don't think Raging's here. I think he's just
No,
trying
he's not. He's
to
going for a piss.
Yeah.
Smash that like button and we'll... He'll
Oh, yeah,
piss
the
his
whole
pants
play,
live.
Exactly. He'll put on his webcam just for us.
Wait, who?
Raging.
Where?
You'll be there. Beard and
Oh,
all.
he hasn't turned his. Oh, I thought he did turn it on. Fuck.
We were talking about it. We decided not to use webcam.
I mean, I have a webcam set up.
I could use the webcam.
Wait, actually. The thing is.
Thing is.
Oh,
Hello? Oh.
I want to show my face.
Yeah. My face needs to be hidden in obscurity of the
It's
internet.
ugly, bro.
Oh man, you look normal.
Well, shit.
Yeah, I've seen your goofy face on Snapchat. I don't know what you look like.
Right. Be right back.
Alright. Gonna leave it there. How are you liking the roleplay so far, Ipa?
Hmm.
How are you liking the roleplay so far?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I think your character has said like 5 words this entire session.
Yeah, he's quite quiet. Viaki mostly, not Viaki. I'm not playing Viaki.
Like, were you guys not gonna like add any like roleplay at all to like the end of the monologue, or like?
I'm gonna be real. Lurk doesn't care.
I'm like
yeah,
referring to
I mean,
all of
I
you now.
guess he has empathy for you, but there is very little that he finds that
I
he
think-
would
yeah.
get involved in, because there's nothing he can. And like, he only Lurk is very short-sighted. There's only if it isn't directly benefiting him, then he'll only act on something if it's something he can do in the short term.
Yeah. I think Leor would be fucking furious on your behalf. You know? And he like swear promise to help you
I'm
in your
back.
quest. Yeah?
Yeah. How good was that music though, boys? Like, fucking hell. I
Very.
nailed it there. I nailed it.
Yeah, but Oxstone did the hard work.
Yeah. Whoa. Right. Right. Typing into YouTube is very hard.
Wonderful.
What do you mean
typing sad music and then clicking the top
Oh,
result is
yeah.
very hard.
To be fair,
That's
it is.
literally what I did.
Fucking.
Are
That's
we
a-
all back?
I did send you an entire playlist. That would have been great now.
Oh, sorry?
Mate,
Oh, that
don't worry
playlist,
about it.
sad
No, I
playlist.
nailed it, bro. I nailed
Yeah.
it.
The sad
Alright.
music was amazing. Really set the mood. Man, I'm
So-
almost.
Are we all back? Is Voxel here?
No.
I'm here now.
I'll just wait for Vox.
But I assume like as I like ask you all to make that promise, I'm sure Layer would have like responded to that, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's like a very righteous fellow. Really.
John,
Yeah.
Is your name actually John?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be
I
weird
was
if
too
it
lazy.
wasn't.
I have.
To use,
It
I'm
would
too
be
lazy
really
to use a
weird.
gamer tag.
It is Jonathan, right? Yeah, like your name. Or is
No, it's
Your name-
literally John.
Is it
your name is
Jon?
just John, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
well,
not Jonathan.
No.
I've got to stop calling you Jonathan.
I
What up?
mean, you guys tend to do this. You just tend to like take whatever name I use and just add some weird stuff to it, and then just go with
Well,
it.
no, because like in the UK, like somebody called John, their name is Jonathan.
It's Jonathan.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why I
yeah.
kept on saying Jonathan.
Mate, I've been
earlier.
saying that since I've known you.
Wait,
You know what I mean?
So.
Well, I'm sure that
you
like
guys don't have John or Jonathan?
No,
we
John-
do
Well,
have Johns,
it's
but
a
Jonathan
nickname.
is like yeah.
Like,
Kinda-
it would be very rare to be called just John. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
People
like,
go
if you-
Jonathan because it's just that thing.
If you were a good
didn't
friend,
you have a
I might
King
call you
John at one
John.
point?
No.
You know,
John
like being
George, fucking.
just called
Halo.
John would be very rare here. Like in
Or,
fact,
or
thinking
John
about
Favreau, or
no, it's just Jonathan.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
was
Or even
King
Johnny,
John
I don't know,
actually
that's a
called
weird
King
one, but,
Jonathan
like-
then, or like?
I assume so. Isn't King John
I think
from Robin
my old,
Hood?
my old
Yeah,
gamer
this
tag
is like-
was my old gamer tag was Jetty. Like
I mean, I'm
Yeti.
pretty sure King
but with
John
the-
is like. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I changed it because I don't know what happened, but somewhere along the line, Jetty turned from a gamer tag into like a girl's name.
Oh,
I don't know how that happened because people were like, "Are you a grill?" And
Jetty?
that happened. That happened like almost twice in a row, and I was like, "What the fuck? Are people actually thinking that?" Changed
Right.
it. I
Wait.
changed to Janmo, which is like literally my name.
You can't be getting misgendered, fam.
Yeah, fucking.
Oh,
no, man.
or Uva Grill.
I just got pinged again.
Fuck.
Okay.
Oh
Raid?
fuck.
I'm actually
You-
perma leaving this server in a minute.
Do you so
Server.
he wants you to go and raid or something?
No,
Wants you raid with
I
him.
don't think they're even trolling anymore.
Be right back.
Are they that desperate? Have they been waiting this entire time for like a DPS?
No, they would have done it by now. They must be trolling.
I was gonna say if they're waiting for like.
Let's have a look. Hang on, let's read this one. Oh no, wait. Oh, that one's an at here. No, all right, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. All right,
Just open up a new bottle of Chimay. Beautiful thing.
right. So it is a long. and
Wait, Brock
dull-
said he was still. One
This
second.
next bit's gonna be boring anyway. Don't worry about it.
Ah, alright.
So it's a long and dull journey. You learn a lot about each other. You friggin' fall out a few times, you know, like people do.
Yeah.
They're just fucking trapped in a room
Yeah.
with each other. Freaking
I-
Vox will
I-
choose really loudly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking
Um,
lots, man. How
Stop
many
hot
days? Have
miking.
how
When
many
the-
days have we been on this rock?
When-
2 days? 2 weeks? Help me remember.
when
Fuck
food
if
supplies
I-
do lay low, Zephyros does keep well to his promise, and when you ring the bell, he sends his griffins out, and they return with like a full deer, which he leaves you to skin and cook and everything like that. His griffins also seem trained in fetching like fruit and vegetables because they'll bring you like branches of apple trees and like things like that. So they are
Can I
skilled.
This-
try to get a griffin? Yeah, try to tame it.
Had to train
It
a
is
dragon.
tamed.
Yeah, but can I make it like love me? Only care about me.
You do well.
Trying to steal a damn griffin, man. Damn,
trying to
son.
trying to steal a cloud giant's griffin. It's like, would you steal his broad as quick? You know what I mean?
I downloaded it illegally from the internet. I'm not sure I would steal it.
You downloaded a griffin from the internet.
You
Alright,
wouldn't
let's go,
download a griffin.
Down- you downloaded the manual on how to train it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Vo-
The
is
PDF
Vo-
document.
Is Voxel back? Before I advance it even further. Yep.
Accidentally got the E621 versions a couple times.
So, like I say, it's been a long and dull journey. Eventually, Zephyros comes down again and he says that he has taken you as far as he can take you, and you are approximately 3 miles out of the village of Brinchanda.
Cool.
Because it's gotten so cold recently, a lot of you haven't gone outside very much. Like, he doesn't mind you smoking your pipes inside the castle or anything if any of you do that.
Well, we'll definitely do that.
Oh yeah.
That would be against my way of life, for I am harming my body in ways I should not. Or some shit.
or some shit. Exactly.
Have some incense, bro. It'll make
so-
you feel.
Take the clouds open up again, and there's like another 200-meter drop down, and you descend. You bid your farewells to Zephyros, and you descend. You walk down. You do realize how very fucking cold it is here. Like, the wind is harsh and mean, and it is biting. He tells you all you have to do is head. Let's have a look.
Could I say something? Have something like, because you know the rock skin, and since I was trained to be like a warrior monk, we had to go through harsh terrain and shit, and being in the cold was one of them. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't bother me as much.
Yeah, like I say, some of you will have a natural resistance to it more than others.
I am covered in fur.
Be it racial or fur, but like I say, it's fucking cold here. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like,
Ovo.
like, some of you are feeling it much more than others, and
Yeah.
the Feros
Yeah.
tells you just to follow
Fucking
the path.
freezing.
Follow the path to the north, and you will reach
Yeah.
Bryn Shander. It is like 10 in the morning when he drops you off.
It be cold.
Oh my god, John! I thought you. Sorry, I had my that server up, right? Oh, I'll have to post it in DnD, and I actually thought you were in it, John. Then,
Huh?
right? And I just thought you had a different name. Look, hang on, wait, look in DnD now. Look at DnD now. I was like, holy shit, John, are you on my raiding server of Guild Wars 2? Right, hang on.
Was it John? Oh,
Wait,
Look
what?
at that.
Oh my god!
Let me see.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
It's copycat.
Oh wow.
Because you can have different names across servers, but you can't have different
Yeah.
profile pictures. I was like, hang on a minute, what, John? It's the same color as yours and everything almost. You know what I mean?
That's so good.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, right. Yeah. So it's 10 in the morning, and you set off, and like, it is fucking cold. The wind is bitter and horrid, and then eventually, after like say an hour or so's walking, can everybody make a Constitution saving throw for me as well, please?
Hell yeah.
Yep.
That's like the first dice we've rolled all evening.
Oh, I
yeah,
mean, we did
I
roll
mean,
for our HP, but
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
HP, but still.
Yeah.
Constitution.
Constitution saving
If you
throw.
roll below a 13, just let me know.
Please be.
Yay!
Haha!
Yay!
Fun.
This
Still
thing is
rolling for me.
taking 100 years for me to. Okay, there we go. Oh,
Okay,
I have
anybody
got
that
an eight.
rolls below a 13, you have a 1 level of exhaustion.
Oof.
from cold.
From cold, yes.
Right.
Wow, it's still
Guess
rolling for me.
Winter coat didn't really
It
have
did
time to
that
fill
for
in on
me,
me.
It took a few seconds.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
But like say, the-
oh,
the-
there you go.
around you is just snow-tipped mountains, like just long, barren, cold countryside, like in every direction that you can see. Think,
Snow?
you know, on the Return of the King when all the banners are lit, and you know it goes through that
Oh.
montage. Like that is what is around you now, but it's all them snowy mountains everywhere, and
And we're
like
in
that-
Norway now, boys.
yeah, we're in Norway now, boys. It's like that. It is fucking cold, and you realize like now, obviously because you got a lift, like how unprepared you were for this journey. Like not through fault of your own. Like fucking hell, you're not gonna freaking turn a free lift down 600 miles away, are you? And then again, the village of Bryn Shander, the town of Bryn
Now,
Shander comes
just
into view after a while.
Out of like curiosity, like you said earlier that I could stay down if I wanted to. What would have happened? Would you just have fucking left me?
Peace out, bitch.
Stay.
Well, I guess thank God for peer pressure, I guess.
Damn right, man.
You boys see that?
Yeah.
Bryn Shander.
Second map, right?
Southwest Gate, uh, East Gate.
Kill it.
So you are approaching from the southwest gate. This
Okay.
I'm still waiting
huge-
for it to load in.
Bro, sort your internet game out.
Yeah,
It's-
right?
It's because I have all my family here. I'm pretty sure my sister's
So,
streaming three
those
shows.
those of you who are aware of the area, but I'm just going to tell you what, Bryn Shander is the largest of 10 settlements in the north, known collectively as 10 towns, located in the frigid heart of the Icewind Dale. Here, caravans from the south converge with traders from across Icewind Dale to swap goods, rumours, fishers, trappers, furriers, so should I say,
Furries.
Oh my god, there's furries here.
and sell swords, rub elbows in the local tap rooms. Gruff dwarves, wide-eyed travellers, and skulking ne'er-do-wells wander the streets. Merchants from the south trade dyes, hardwood, dried herbs and spices, textiles, fruits, wines, and other commodities. The scrimshaw and other items made from the bones of knucklehead trout that populate the region's rivers and lakes.
Oh,
The
boys,
town-
I've heard of good tales.
The town is
Blacksmiths.
situated atop a hill south of the mountain known as Kelvin's Cairn, a major landmark in Icewind Dale. From its windswept perch, Bryn Shander has a commanding view of the surrounding tundra, and an attacking force must climb the barren hillside under fire from archers before it can assault the outer wall. The wall that surrounds Bryn Shander stands 30 feet high and is made of tight-fitting stone blocks. Benders stand atop the plank gang walkway that hugs in the interior of the wall. Spaced along the wall are stone watchtowers, wherein guards can take shelter during blizzards and warm their hands and feet by iron stoves.
Nice.
I'm nearly done. The structures of Bryn Shander are plain wooden structures with pitched rooftops to keep snow from settling on them. Clouds of white smoke issue forth day and night from the chimneys and holes in rooftops. The community in 10 towns has an elected speaker who leads the residents and represents their interests. Current speaker for Bryn Shander is Duvessa Shane.
That's our
Which-
lady.
It is.
That's a shame.
Now, I think
Alright.
should our first order of business be to get some proper clothes? I'm freezing.
I agree. Absolutely. Richard, yeah.
Oh yeah, before I forget, could you like figure out like the amount of money we should have by now?
Alright, yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, the gold. I put a note.
Roll a
Oh yeah, we also got 100 from the
Somebody-
dwarf, so each of us should get like another 20 just to
yeah,
start with.
so whatever this equals now, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. Somebody roll a D10 plus 10.
Alright.
Sure.
Make that a
D-
D12. Make that a D12
Oh,
plus 10.
plus 10. Oh, never mind.
No, go ahead.
A D12 plus 10.
Yes.
It's gonna be shit.
Better be more than 15.
Wait, it's
bitch.
still rolling. What the hell? It's still rolling. Still rolling. Okay,
There you go.
20.
There you go.
Nice.
200 gold. Right. So whatever that is divided by 5. So what's that? 40. So it's 60 gold apiece now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we all get
Nice.
60.
And
Hell
for the sake of it, 1d4. Oh shit. 1d4.
No worries.
Take an extra 40 gold each.
Nice.
100 gold.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
what
there you
the
go, boys. Yeah.
200 gold, baby.
Wait,
Fucking hell.
230 and 1 platinum.
what's with the
What?
100 gold? Fuck. Wait, what happened to that other gold
How
we
the
were
fuck do you
given?
get a platinum?
No. You're splitting that, so it's
We all
200.
have platinum.
Right,
Well,
so it's
All
200.
other than layer because
You
we
all get 100 gold each.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
yeah. I'm just
Is
like
this the
listing
gold
on what I
that was
already
given
have.
Earlier? Like like from last?
I think it was when we were looting those guys that tried to invade when like Thelgalos came in for the first time. And I think we figured out it was about like 5
I split it up. It was about
pieces.
Oh,
yeah, 5
platinum,
pieces
yeah.
of platinum.
Four-
Yeah.
4 pieces of platinum. One of us didn't get one.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
that's
probably
right.
me then.
I rolled
No,
for
it
that.
think
wasn't.
so.
It wasn't me.
It's
well,
only
I didn't
worth
get it.
10 gold coins anyway, so.
Well,
I
I have it
don't
on
care
video, so
either
I
way
can go
about
back
the
and like
money.
confirm later.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it too much because you're going to share gold with each other anyway. aren't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first order of business should be to buy clothes.
Oh yeah, green mate.
Oh, this music's making me cold.
Freezing up here.
So, so once he's dropped you off and you've made the long walk, some of you have gotten very cold. Like you're just like, holy fuck, and you are realizing like how cold it is. You begin approaching the town, and there's like there's people coming and going and all of that, and there's like trade.
I
what-
also
caravans.
assume that
Go on.
the castle did drop us off quite a bit away from the town, so that
Yeah, it's been like
people
a
didn't fucking panic.
3 or 5 mile walk. It's been, you know what I mean? Like that's why like you've been cold enough to take a level of exhaustion. Like it's been like, and when did you order food? Wow, well done. My wife just stealth ordered food, and now there's like a burger in front of me. It's amazing.
You two might just be meant for each other.
Mhm.
Damn man.
So
nice.
you get the mayonnaise.
Yeah, you should marry her, dude. Whoa.
You guys should
Yeah.
settle down, man.
Say again.
You guys should settle down.
I'll just have the
No.
normal mayonnaise. Yeah, so that's why it's been like you've been cold enough long enough to take a level of exhaustion if you did take it. Like I say,
Obviously, the 2 warriors didn't. Hell yeah.
chads.
Baby.
So, you can see when you get there, there's like caravans coming and going, like coins are exchanging hands with the guard, tax and all of that shit. As you approach the
Can I talk my sweet talk our way past the guards?
no,
and,
so
yeah, we
as
don't
you-
know tax.
you won't be paying tax. You've got no goods. You
Oh, I
fucking
thought you
idiot.
meant tax for. Okay, I thought you meant like a toll. I was
No,
thinking
there's no
not
toll.
tax.
It's just like tax for goods. So
Oh.
as you approach the gate, there's a couple of guards there. One who is quite vocal, who catches your eye. It's a dwarvish woman. No, not dwarvish. She is a dwarf. She's like guiding the traffic, and she clocks you boys like almost straight away. She gives this great big warm welcoming smile, and she says, well, sorry, let me get into character.
Welcome.
Well met, travelers. Keep your fingers and extremities under wraps, lest Oriel bite them off. Mind your tempers, and you'll be most welcome here. Brought goods to sell? The market is just straight ahead over there. Craving a warm drink? May I recommend the Firebeard's Fire Brandy,
ma'am.
sold only at Kelvin's Comfort, located.
Ma'am, I would
on
hate
your
to
right
cut
as
you off, but where is the closest clothier, please?
The
Wait,
rear-
what?
My fingers are about to drop off over here.
I feel like I could bite into the snap them like a carrot.
I'm confused. Wait, rating just gone.
Yeah.
No, I'm eating. I'm eating.
Closest clothier.
Closest clothier.
Whatever you would call it.
Taylor.
Yeah.
He says, just keep heading on straight up this road here, and you'll hit the market district. Somebody will be able to help you out.
Thanks, ma'am.
Go.
You southern boys need to be more careful when you travel so far north. She smiles and waves you on.
We're sorry, lady. A cloud giant dropped with us in his castle. We weren't really prepared to do this. We were supposed to walk the entire way.
She laughs out loud and says, you don't need to lie to impress me, boys. Get your asses into the town and go get yourselves warm.
She'll never know.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. I'm guessing we all get warm clothing.
Yeah.
I just get like a
Off
beanie
to
thing,
the
easy.
tailor.
So
You
you
get a
head
beanie?
into the town.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
As you are walking in, you are about, let's say, here. Yeah.
Yes.
Um.
Wait, mark it again? Here.
As you are walking along, a woman approaches you. Excuse me.
Get out of my face, beggar.
A homeless-looking woman, to be fair. She. Let me find it. Let me find it. I've got my notes here somewhere. Yes. So a homeless-looking woman, as you are approaching the marketplace, approaches you. She shuffles over and goes, "Hello there. You got the look of a newcomer about here. I seen one wearing them fancy southerner clothes. Where you hail from?"
I hail from where's that? Way fucking south, right?
Very
Yeah.
slow.
Right.
You're a proper southerner to this bitch, like.
Yeah. I'm fucking.
White trash.
This is like you as a Norwegian meeting an African right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's
It's
just
really
like-
fucking.
Boxel
it's
just
so far
walks
away.
in.
Yeah. I'm completely far away. Like,
Kalimpor.
also super far. I'm not from anywhere near here, but I have been traveling a lot, so.
We hail from. I hail from Kalimport as well as Aelith over here. God knows where these
yes.
two come from.
Kalimpor, eh?
Yeah, the only one that's actually around from around here would be Earwig.
I think you're
Lurk
from the
is.
Savage Frontier, aren't you? Aboth, yeah?
Yeah, Lurk is, but he's remaining quite quiet because he's a bit fucking cold and he's worried his teeth will fall out if he says anything.
So she begins by asking, what the hell do four southern boys... sorry. What the heck do five southern boys end up round here, then? Well, no, sorry. What the
we're
four
on-
southern boys and a northern tabaxi end up doing round here, then, eh?
We're on
Um,
an epic
questions
quest.
you have.
I am going to look behind me just in case someone's like trying to sneak up behind us, like this is some con or something.
Questions you have, my lady.
You look behind you and see nothing of interest.
Questions you have, my lady. We're on a quest, but right now our quest is for some warm clothes.
You boys are after some warm clothes? You just so happen to have stumbled upon the correct person. My name's Beldora. May I ask you your names?
I am Alan,
I'm Leor.
formerly of Waterdeep.
I suppose he already referred to me as Airwig.
Name's Vamir. That's all.
That last weird boy's name's Lurk.
Look, fam.
He doesn't say much.
Then, so
He's
she
pretty
smiles.
damn
She smiles and says, "Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. If you're looking something to keep you warm, you ought to head over to Kelton's Comfort. The Comfort's home to a famous Yeti hunter named Sir Barrack. Right now, just called himself a Yeti. He did. He'll probably sell you some Yeti coats for real cheap."
Ah, Yeti coats.
What are the clothes out there? Jetty sounds expensive.
Just said he'll sell you for real cheap. You boys want a free throw rug to put around your shoulders?
If that's what
I
you
was
got.
actually thinking I'd hunt Jetty myself. How would you go about that?
Like, just shut up.
She says to you, "Are you a Yeti hunter?"
Yes. Oh, of course I'm not. I'm south.
Okay. I don't know how to hunt Yeti. Y'all don't know how to hunt Yeti.
Let's just go and get the coats.
The goats. Gotta get the Jetty coat.
She gives you directions to the. Let me find my page so I can ping it appropriately for you boys.
Right.
So you know where you are in the town. It's not very important, but
I don't-
Comfort.
suppose this guy does studded leather as well.
I know no one's ever mentioned my stone skin. I'm just thinking, isn't it a bit odd? Like,
It's
I don't
not.
know if-
Well, I assumed you mostly hid it.
No.
Plus, John's got a finger
how,
that's
you know how my image is there? Like that's how I look more or less.
Oh, so
That's why I
every
had-
single one of them tattoos is a stone scar.
Yeah, that's the stone. It's how it turned to stone. Like,
But to
it
be
was
fair,
almost...
bro,
Hmm?
the thing with D&D is, right, you
Yeah.
having stone scars all over yourself isn't weird.
Right.
You know,
Like,
you know.
that's the problem with the canon D&D setting, because it's
Yeah.
so kitchen sink fantasy. You know what I mean? Like, just throw it
Yeah.
all in there.
Like,
Like-
you're walking around with a humanoid cat.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, I know.
No.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just like shit, man. This looks like.
I mean,
my
John's
head,
know,
my
I
guy
know.
looks fucking badass
Half-
with this rock shit, and
I
everyone's like,
totally
"Oh,
get
it's
you,
just the
fam.
elf."
I totally get you, fam. Right, but that's the problem with kitchen sink fantasy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like,
I mean, John's got half his finger missing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
it's
fine.
all bone, and
I'll
So
just
his
snap
finger
it
is
off.
gone.
You boys can't even see the fucking things, can you? Oh, there we go. So, you were here, and she's literally told you to head straight up here, and you will meet the Yeti Hunter. What did I say his name was? Fuck.
Sandra
Uh,
or something.
Blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tendrar. Bob Gastric juice. And from now on.
Where the fuck is it? Barrack Nyleaf.
Oh.
You run into Barrack Nyleaf.
Hell yeah.
Barrack Nyleaf, I presume.
Well, you haven't even got there yet. Whatever.
Yes, you run into Barrack Nyleaf. You said you run into Barrack
You're assuming he's even there.
We had like
Well,
a
I mean,
random
you did
person
say
on the
we ran
street.
into him.
Have you
No,
just
this is
literally gone up to some homeless guy begging for coins like, Barrack Nyleaf, I presume.
Where's the fucking coat?
The famous Yeti hunter, Barrack Nyleaf. Fucking hell.
What gave it away?
uh,
Oh, the dead Yeti on the floor.
Right. So she gives you directions to the Kelvin's Comforts, okay? And you
I think
arrive
that's just a
safely at the Kelvin's Comforts. You enter, it is warm. The fire there is glorious. There's like this huge. The best way, Whiterun, Skyrim, right? If any of you remember it, like there's this just this huge fucking fire in the middle of the room, right? You know, and it's just heat in the whole tavern, and it feels amazing. Like you've been outside, well, it's only been an hour or so, and you're
It's
just
like
like, holy fuck, and it's not even winter yet. You know what I mean?
It's like a proper Norse tavern then.
Yeah.
Like animal skins on the wall and everything.
Yes, everything. Like anything Viking you can think of, this place probably has it. You know what I mean? Like Norse tavern style thing in D&D fashion. The tavern owner offers you to try some of the local excuse me, some of the local drink, which is called Firebeard's Firebrand Brandy.
Oh, I think we need to change the music now.
Oh yeah, sorry, hang on.
I need like a roaring fireplace.
Totally
dude.
forgot. I've got a good one for this one.
Did we just skip over the whole Taylor thing?
No.
I think we're doing it right now. It's like
Yeah, the guy's
Yeah.
in here.
Oh, I
The
thought
The
we
guy
went
who's
into
selling
him.
the. Excuse me.
The scalper's in here somewhere.
Easy.
I still don't understand why we are heading to this guy.
Because he's gonna sell you Yeti coats.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like fucking a hairy dwarf's hair or something, you know? You know, it's gonna be a scam. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I want to see this for myself.
Like the coat is just like made entirely out of pubes.
Yeah. It's a very hairy,
Wha-
hairy fucking
Why do you
homeless
guys
person.
think I'm so mean?
I don't know.
Couldn't be
Well,
for
it would be
Vaymere.
weird if you just got this deal out to some random hobo.
Yeah, he's just fucking showed up to us and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna fucking sell you something." Like, okay.
Yeah, this is genuine.
Yeah,
Yeti.
seems legit.
Right, where am I?
But
Work
this does
for
just kind of seem
yesterday,
like
huh?
one of those like
Why does it
quests in
smell
like
like
Witcher 3
you?
or something, where it's just like you go along with it just because you're curious where the hell
Yeah.
this leads.
I think Arx though. I think fucking not Arx. I think Aelith and Airwig character would have lived in the city. You know, like they would
Yeah.
at least know the do's and don'ts of the big city life.
Oh yes.
Big shitty life.
And I think like Lurk would probably not trust someone as far as he could throw them.
Nope. He barely trusts you lot, to be fair.
Yeah. I don't know. What about Vaymir? What does he
What
think about towns and stuff?
I've been through them. I've been to all kinds of places. It's just another place to me.
It's a place on the map.
Right, boys,
Very
we're not
interesting.
long off finishing. Should we power through a bit?
Yeah, let's power. Let's go.
Alright.
Power.
It's not going to be too ridiculous, don't worry. So like I say, you met the tavern owner. He highly recommended the Firebeard's Fire Brandy. Guaranteed to warm your southerner asses right up.
I take some.
Oi! I'll take 5 rounds right here.
He pours you 5 grams and hands them over to you.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
50 gold.
Yeah, well, I guess I have the forethought to
Yeah,
ask, like, how
a
much will this be?
gold. A gold.
Okay.
I don't
For
drink,
each?
so it's fine.
I'll
Those
take
of you that do
yours.
drink the Firebeard brandy do feel like this intense, like you know when you've had a really nice hot brandy. It's like, and it's like you can
It just
feel
Like the
it.
warms your
heat kinda, like,
insides.
spreads.
Yeah,
Like,
you feel the heat moving through your body. It's
Yeah.
I
just
mean,
like
You're in a northern town now. This ain't no scam. Like they make brandy to warm the core. You know what I
dude,
mean?
brandy
Like,
is fucking
oh.
amazing.
So was
You
that a
fucking-
gold each, or
oh.
did just one of us pay
No,
a gold?
a goal between you. A goal between you.
And I don't drink, so.
I'll take his.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cheers.
So, the fire sorry, the tavern owner says to you, so what are 5 southerners doing down here, dressed like they're ready to go to the summer fair?
Well,
Honestly, first thing we need is some warm coats. It is absolutely frigid up here.
and after that, I don't suppose you could point us towards the sheriff? A certain Sheriff Southwell? Supposed to
could
deliver
show
a
you
letter
where-
to him.
What letter to the sheriff? He's a good man.
It's a message from his family.
Good men not get letters?
No, I worded that poorly. Like it was meant to be like, oh, the sheriff, yes, yeah, I can help you guide the sheriff, almost kind of thing. I went western there because we're saying the word sheriff.
Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly, Mister.
I actually have it noted down as Sheriff Southwell.
That is correct. But what was the reason you were sent into the tavern, boys?
We need us some coats. Need us some
From
coats as soon as you can. We heard you have the best Yeti dealer in town.
there ain't no Yeti pelt seller in here. This is a tavern.
No? There's one on the street down the ways.
I am going to check my pockets just to make sure all the money is still there.
Oh, your money is
It's-
still there.
Right.
What was the man's name? What was the man's name?
Fuck.
Very nicely. I know my hands are coated in chocolate. I don't want to get it all over.
Have you ever seen that Simpsons episode where Homer chases that fat German kid through the locker room? He's like, "Don't make me run! I am full of chocolate."
what that reminded me.
Don't make me run! I am full of chocolate!
I can't take notes. I'm full of chocolate.
Oh my fucking god!
Okay, so I guess no one noted down his name then.
It was Barrack Nightly.
Oh my god. Baron Nightleaf. Barrack Nightleaf. Yeah.
Easy Gachiota.
Somebody write that down for me. My hands are full of
Okay, so
chocolate.
we're looking for Barrack Nightleaf.
Points at a man alone in the corner.
Oh my
says-
god, it's right there.
He points at a man alone in the
Thanks,
corner, guys.
Eggpot.
That's Barrack right there. Somebody calls the tavern owner, and he goes, "Excuse me, please, gentlemen," and he turns over and begins serving other patrons. Like it's a busy tavern, you know what I mean? They can't spend it there.
Let's go to Barrack.
One minute. I just. There we go. Gotta finish Vamir's ale, and off we go.
Yeah. Finish eating your chocolate. Let's go.
So, let me get the description of this guy. I've actually got a picture of him, so I'm gonna wing it and see what I can get. Oh my god, it's Luke Evans. It's Luke Evans.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what?
It's literally Luke Evans. Where's my phone? Let me take a picture of it. It's Luke Evans. Oh no, wait, don't take a selfie, that'd be weird.
Turn the camera around.
It's old Luke Evans from the from the Hobbit movie. Hang on. This is what he looks like. We can have
Let's see.
Oh,
Where-
he looks like a slimy asshole then.
Where are you putting that link?
D&D.
Do not disturb. I am at whoa.
Oh my god, it really is him, isn't it?
Holy
It's Luke
shit.
Evans, right?
As in
Yeah,
like the
crap.
team speak?
Huh?
As in
What?
like the team speak or like
No, in Discord. In Discord, fam.
right. Right, I'll look at it later
Um,
then, because you know
yeah,
recording
sure.
and everything.
So this fella, we go to Barrack.
So
Luke,
yeah, you
Slam
approach him.
my
He's sat
fist.
there. He's with him. Hang on. Before you decide what you're doing, he's just sat there alone. He has a large decanter of what appears to be fire brandy right in front of him. He's sat alone. He also has a large weeping cut across his face, like very visible, and
Ooh.
he looks very fucking grumpy. Like, you know when you go up to
Alright.
somebody and like, fucking hell, this guy's in a foul mood, right?
You've got
like,
a warrior's look on your face.
exactly. So,
No, that's what I actually say to him.
Oh.
Walk over.
oh, so you say that, yeah? So
What seems to be bothering you?
what was the first word you said? Sorry.
You've got a warrior's look on your face over there. Something seems to be bothering you. Like you've just been in something serious.
He looks up at you and like just fucking scowls. Like, who the fuck are you? Grabs his brandy and like you're talking. This is like a quadruple shotter, and he just fucking leans it back. What's it
Well,
gotta
we
do
come
with-
from the
No,
south.
He says, wait there, sorry. He says,
Right.
what's it got to do with fucking you? And he like pants a bit after drinking so much brandy.
Wow.
He's like, what's it got to do with fucking you?
Got fucking nothing to do with us, but you just seemed a bit troubled. We came here looking for you because we heard you sell some good coats, but you don't seem to be in a good mood.
He looks
Something
visibly
seems off.
confused and says, coats?
heard you had the finest pelts, skitty pelts, in all the North Frontier.
And you hunted a
He
jetty,
leans-
right?
He leans back and laughs. Like, Yeti? Is this some kind of joke?
Oh.
That fucking
Little
old
lady.
coot was lying to us.
How do
I knew I
five?
could trust that chick.
He points at you all. Goes, how do 5 fucking outlanders know I got attacked by a yeti on the road?
Word spreads through town, sir.
We
Real
ran into
fast,
this like
even
fact,
to
he's-
outsiders.
and then he
crazy
says again,
hobo
he
lady.
goes, in fact, how do 5 fucking outlanders come up to me in the middle of Bryn Shander?
Guess
We
we
walked.
just
How
had
did
to.
how did you end up here? Why are you looking for me?
We are cold. We are on a mission, and we got some money to spend.
He looks at you and goes, what? That's not an answer. He says, that's
Happy
not
enough.
an answer.
Let Weimar talk.
We've been
You-
sent here from. Fuck, where was that place called again?
Nightstone.
It's
Yeah, we've been sent here from Nightstone to deliver something. On our way here, you know, it's fucking cold. We stumbled upon this old lady who said you might have some fine coats to sell for us. And here you are, sitting with a grumpy fucking look on your face, telling us you don't have coats? Is that what I'm getting from you?
No, I don't sell coats. I'm not a yeti hunter. I'm a bounty hunter. And I'm not a yeti bounty hunter.
Right, I guess we just ran into like some random crazy hobo that's just gibbering bullshit then.
He points at you all and goes, where did you boys come from? You're not from around here.
Just
Yeah,
like I said,
Nightstone.
Nightstone.
He looks at he like looks down and goes, Nightstone. Southeast of Waterdeep?
Yes, with the
Exactly.
big fucking nightstone in it.
He looks at you and goes, any of you boys ever been to Fandolin?
No.
I've been there a few times.
I think
myself.
I've been there, yeah. Yeah, I never would have been there.
He like looks forward and goes, how long ago?
A few years, maybe.
Fuck if I know. Like a couple of days ago.
I'm looking
I'm a-
for somebody. I'm a bounty hunter. Somebody's been, and I've been chasing this bastard for about 5 years now.
Who you looking for?
I don't know his name. I know his pseudonym. They call him the Black Half.
Fuck! Anyways, go on.
I don't know.
I've heard of these tales that you talk of. A halfling?
There was yes, a halfling. The sheriff in Fandolin told me I would find him in Bryn Shander, but I cannot find him here.
Sneaky as people can be, that man is elusive. And a bit crazy from what I've heard.
Fuck. I'll fucking find him. Do you guys realize what I just did there?
Are you glad
Yeah.
I played along? Come on, that wasn't good.
Winters has told him he can find him in Bryn Shander. He's not in Bryn Shander. Because Winters is the sheriff of Fandolin now, in technically our
Yeah.
little canon. Needs to. Oh yeah, no, I heard he's gone to Bryn Shander.
Yeah.
He sent him up here. He's just travelled 600 miles for nothing. Oh, it's fucking
Wait,
brilliant.
Yeah.
where was Winter
fucking-
Sheriff of?
So,
The
so
way
it's
the last.
Winters.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, you tell him.
Okay, so basically after our last session, we all went off into our separate, like, paths, I guess, and he stumbled upon here, and but long story short, he did some shit, and now he's the sheriff of this place.
Winter's character is the
Yeah.
sheriff of Fandolin, where the last adventure took place.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
sorry,
Right.
Fandolin, fuck.
Fandolin.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this guy is a. Let me explain why this has happened, right? Basically, again, it's another Easter egg to a different adventure. He's supposed to be asking about somebody called the Weevil, which again is somebody you cannot find in this
Okay.
adventure. Right. So I thought, fuck it, I'll just throw the Black Half in there,
Which is me. Oh,
and I threw in another Easter egg that.
I
Oh,
kinda
the
figured
sheriff
that
of
was
Fandolin
Anver.
told me he
yeah,
saw
Amber's
him.
the black half.
Yeah,
Okay.
Anver's the Black
Okay.
Half. And basically,
So
what
he
happened?
basically.
Winters, who is now the sheriff of Fandolin, was like, "Oh no, I saw him. He said he's going to Bryn Shander." So he sent him 600 miles north. He's not even there. yeah, he's 600 miles. He told me he was going there, mate.
Nice.
Winters has just full on trolled him. Sent him
Yeah, but
600 miles
me,
north.
me and Winters had like a good little bond in the previous session.
Oh man, that's funny. That's too funny.
Which obviously none of you boys would know. I just
Yeah.
thought I need to highlight this in character, hoping that you boys would see it.
Fuck yeah.
That's good.
I was really proud of this when I thought of it. I was like, oh no, get rid of that. Like, literally throw that away. Throw that in with that. And I was like, yes, that's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fucking amazing,
Well,
man.
so this guy is
So-
a fucking sucker then.
Well, not a
Oh.
sucker, like, but if
Yeah.
he doesn't know that Winters knows the black half, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
And
he got roped into it.
but he's like, oh yeah, no, I saw him. He told me he was going to do this. Like, he doesn't know that like they save Fandolin together. But he also, like, he quizzes you, like, do any of you know the black half, all of that.
And obviously, I just know stories from traveling because why not? He's pretty famous. Well,
He
just
is.
the black half part.
To be fair, the black half is probably pretty famous across the Savage Frontier now. Like,
Yeah.
he's killed some pretty big people, like on both sides of the law. Pretty big people.
Okay.
Like, he might appear again. I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
That would be cool.
Well, oh god, I need a piss again. Yeah, so I assume one of you asked, like, well, why were we sent here for Yeti coats? And he explains that he was attacked by a Yeti on the road not 2 days ago whilst he was out looking for the black half on the outskirts of town. That the only reason he survived was because the Yeti, its arm had been broken and he just managed to slay it.
And what
He
have you
says
done
to
with
you
the
is
corpse?
like, which is ridiculous because what the fuck can injure a Yeti enough to give it a broken arm?
Huh.
There are
Obviously,
some strange creatures in the north here. None that I'm familiar
obviously we
with.
all know what it really was. Out of
Yeah,
character.
obviously, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
How
Giant or
big
giant?
is the Yeti? Like, is it like
A
supposed to
Yeti
be
would
like?
So, like,
Around 8 feet. If I
oh, probably bigger
was
than
gonna
that. You're
say.
talking 12 feet tall.
Oh,
Are we
okay.
talking like a polar bear standing up?
Yeah, we're talking polar, probably a bit bigger
Oh
than
right,
a polar bear
shit. That
standing
is.
up.
Yeah, fuck. Sorry, I was.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm not thinking right now.
yeah. Oh, I wanted to get a bit further today. Right, hang on. Let me go for a piss, boys, and I'll see how much we can power through. 2 secs.
All right.
I kind of want to end it. So.
Yeah. Kind of like tired and hungry.
Yeah.
Yes, we are like an hour away from midnight.
Exactly. I have to get up at 6 tomorrow.
Wait, how
shit.
tall is 8 feet? 8 feet is how much in? It is 2.4.
25.
In centimeters, it's. Oh wow, that's fucking. Yikes.
Oh, yes.
Fucking big, bitch. It's
Yep.
tall.
2.5 meters.
Yeah,
Right?
2.4.
Did you guys do anything special for your leveling?
No.
Any
What do you mean?
feats? Anything?
If
No,
we're gonna
no.
do anything,
No feats. No feats this time. I get all my bardic inspiration after a short rest now. I got 3rd levels spellcasting.
Oh shit! I think I might have third level as well. Do I? No wait, never mind. It's because I
Nah, if you go, yeah, if you probably would have if you stayed on the cleric.
No, actually, I do have third level spells.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think it's based on overall level. Spells you can cast.
Ew, okay.
are you like asking like what we're getting for this level, or like what we're gonna get for the next one?
I'm thinking like we're level 6. No, we're level 5 now, right? So.
Yeah.
Level 3 is amazing.
I
level
guess
3, level
next
5 is
level-
amazing. Level 6 is the best spike in power, though.
Oh yeah, level
Yeah.
6 is like for all of us. I think is huge, right?
I guess next level for me is gonna be me getting like a
I don't know. I think I just got a huge spike with level 5. Level 6,
Stat.
I don't think is that good for me.
I'm
well,
gonna get a
level 6 is
power
gonna be a
spike
stat
at,
increase for me.
I'm gonna get a power spike at level 8. When I
I got my spike just now. I think here on 5. Actually on 4.
I think I might get a high spike and this level because now I have
No,
2
no, it
attacks.
was 5.
that
You
is
had two
actually a pretty
attacks.
big deal.
You can attack 5 times at level 5, which is ridiculous.
If I use my action surge, so it's like, you know,
You got
One shot. The one shot move.
I'm not like
I mean,
casually
yeah,
attacking 5
fuck,
times.
I remember at
No,
level
but, like,
6 I
being
could
able
heal
to do
myself.
Mm.
Fuck.
So it's like when you meet
But,
a boss,
nice.
you're just gonna go, yeah, okay, I action surge, I do this, I do this, I do this, and this, and this. You know what I
But
mean?
Ridging, we
Yo.
were talking about kind of ending it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
could we
I'm
make
glad
that
you've always
cliffhanger
said that,
happen
right? Because
somewhere
I
down the
don't
line?
wanna. I don't wanna. Like, I
John's
was
gonna
hoping.
be up early.
I was hoping to kind of end it on a good cliffhanger, but we're about 3 conversations away from that,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't want to rush us through them. Like, we could rush through them. They're like not
Yeah.
that important to
Nah,
the plot,
yeah.
but like we're just kind of.
Yeah, we can always.
I'm
sit
fine
there.
ending. Yeah, that's what I know. I've been
Yeah.
quiet, but I do like how it's going.
Yeah, no, this
Yeah.
is cool. The session's
Yeah.
been.
Well, are we just ending
It's
like in the
been
middle of the
chill, isn't it? You
conversation
know
with
what I
this
mean?
guy
Yeah.
then?
No, we'll
Yeah.
continue from where did he? Oh, what creature can break a Yeti's arm?
Oh,
Like, that,
yeah.
that is what he
Yeah.
said.
That's a good cliffhanger,
We'll-
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
even
we'll
though we
consider
know
that
what
the
it is.
cliffhanger, Yeah.
But
I'm guessing A left like a broken arm. What could possibly break his arm? And oh man.
Well, we already know that giants are a thing, so you know why not? And we are pretty far
Yeah.
north.
I think we could possibly speculate on giants and dragons and stuff. I guess
Well, a
we'll say
dragon
that
might be a
next
little over the top.
What do
But,
you think?
If
I'm
we could
guessing-
inspect the corpse, we could actually get a better view about it.
It was
Depends
probably
how
my
skinned it
ex-wife.
was,
Boom. Am I right?
Hey!
Zing. She's a bitch.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, fucking hairy as fuck. Yeah, big and hairy.
What
Oh,
at
man.
level 9? You gain the ability to move across liquids. What?
Yep.
Hmm.
It's
By
very
the way, I'm gonna be,
situational, that though.
Yeah, it
I'm
is,
gonna
but
be a
it sounds
spear,
better than it actually is.
I'm gonna be a spear wielding god.
At
coming
level
up.
10, I'm immune to all disease and
Yep.
poison. Whoa.
Oh,
It means you can't have a hangover.
Yeah,
Like, rules as written, because a hangover is like
it's
a
considered
hangover.
poison.
Like, if you have a hangover, they either say give 1 level of exhaustion, which you can never be immune to be fair,
Yeah.
or
True.
1 level of poison,
Yeah.
which is you are immune to. So you are technically immune to hangovers, depending
Hell
on what DM you have.
Well,
No,
yeah.
I'm gonna give you 1 level of exhaustion. So.
What about,
Oh, I don't
You-
drink
Ah.
anyways. My character doesn't drink.
what about liver cirrhosis from the wait? It's gonna be immune.
He is
How does that even
literally immune to it. He is literally immune to sclerosis of the liver.
Yeah.
He's literally immune to it. He can get as drunk as he wants. Because if you get so
Same.
drunk, the rules say give them give them the poison condition.
Right.
Like not in those exact words. It's like, oh yeah, you have the poison condition, and it's like, well, if you're immune to poison, it means you
'Cause, yeah,
literally
I mean,
cannot be drunk.
Well, I don't know if this is
Technically,
like
it
a
would be
weird
alcohol
biology
poisoning.
question, but like, if you are immune to poison, would you be able to get drunk?
yes.
I
Yes.
assume probably not.
The thing is,
It's like
Well,
when
I
you
feel
need
like
to-
a lot of like settings kind of play a little bit with like Geralt of Rivia, for example, is supposed to be like really poison resistant, and therefore it takes a lot for him to get drunk.
Yeah, but
supposed to
the
be one of the
alcohol
things.
he drinks is really fucking strong. It could kill
Yeah,
people.
like for that
I
reason.
mean, this is fantasy, right?
I mean,
the thing is,
yeah, you can make
no,
any
You
you
probably
can
could
never,
think
you can,
when Gimli and Legolas have that drinking competition, and
Yeah.
Legolas drinks him under the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was mostly
True.
because Legolas just like barely touched this thing.
Yeah, you can never really truly be immune to
Immune.
something. Yeah, like you still have to metabolize it in your liver. You still have to. Your body will still go through the changes.
Man, you're sciencing fucking
D&D.
fantasy.
Yeah.
Damn right.
No, to be fair, we're all nerds here. Let's
Yeah,
science
it's true.
D&D.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call it there then, boys. Like, what?
Yeah.
You
Sounds
rolled,
good.
what, 5 dice all session?
That was
Yeah.
fun.
I'm really excited for where my character is going. I got
What?
I'm multiclassing into the sorcerer,
Yeah.
man. So I get polearms master, and since I'm multiclassing into sorcerer, I get this ability where I can, whenever I hit something, with a spell, I get 10th of movement.
Does it trigger a reaction?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Nice.
And since I have polearms master, I can use opportunity attacks on them if they attack me. So if they move in to attack me, I get an opportunity attack.
It's when they enter your range of movement. So when
Yeah,
they're 10 feet away from you, yeah.
Yeah, so I can basically hover around 40 feet away from them, and they rush me. I hit them, and all of a sudden I'm 10 feet away, and they can't reach me anymore.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you hit them with spells or attacks.
It has to be a spell.
All right. So if
But
you hit them
if
with your,
the
if you hit them with a
spell-
reaction attack,
If the spell is a melee attack, hey, it counts. Counts, dude.
pardon?
Yeah.
But a melee attack isn't a spell.
Right.
No.
It would be
That's
a
where I'm
spell.
Is this in the PHB? No, I'm asking because I'm genuinely curious because I need to think of strategies to kill you. Like I don't know every rule. I'm only human, but
Booming blade. As part of an action used to cast a spell, you must make a melee attack with a weapon against one creature within the spell range.
Yeah, that would be a melee spell.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
a melee spell. But a reaction attack is an attack, not a spell.
Polearms master bonus attack. When you make an attack action with a glaive, halberd, quarterstaff, or spear, you can use the bonus action to make a melee attack with the opposite end of the weapon that uses the same ability modifier. What is that? Opportunity attack. While you're wielding a glaive, blah blah blah. Other creatures provoke an opportunity attack when they enter your reach.
Mm-hmm. So
So
within
an
10 feet.
attack of opportunity. So it's not a reaction. It's just a straight up attack of opportunity. So I can do whatever I want with that attack. And I will need to be wielding the spear. And I think it makes sense that I'll cast the spell on the spear when I attack them, so it'll count.
That's 2 actions, though, isn't it?
What do you
You know
mean?
what I mean?
That would be
So
two
if you
actions
take
with the
it's
spell.
still an attack of opportunity.
Hmm?
You can't just start taking actions out of turn.
Right.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
You can't.
You can't
add
just
a
start.
s-
You can't just start like upcasting your spear on a reaction attack. You
What
can't.
do you mean? The spell is a melee attack. Like,
So
what
where
do
are
you
you
mean?
reading this?
as a part of the action used to cast a spell, you must make a melee attack with a weapon against one spell range.
Okay.
So,
What spell
as a
is
part
this?
of this
What-
action, you make a melee attack. Basically,
Okay,
what they're saying.
What melee attack is this?
This will be with my spear, so it'll be
So-
plus 3 to hit.
In fact, let me just get your character sheet up.
Yeah.
Layout. You're leveled up now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, 42 HP, blah 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 blah. Right.
An action under Polar Master bonus attack, and you want to look at Booming Blade. And you also want to look at features and traits under
Bonus stat. When you take the attack action
Hephaestus
with a
magic.
glaive, halberd, quarterstaff,
Oh
or
shit, I'm
spear,
still recording.
oh,
This has been D&D with Viking. Bye!
sorry.